Jeannie, we finally did it.
Yes! Childhood dream unlocked. Now, I did not know how much my soul needed Eric Idle singing Always Look on the Bright Side of Life, accompanied by Weird Al Yankovic.
Yes.
I needed it.
So we went to... What the fuck did we go?
It's called Let's Get Laid.
Thank you.
And it's spelled L.A.I.D. So it's like it's a pun. It's a benefit concert for mostly like the Eaton Fire area.
Yeah. For victims of the fire and first responders.
Yeah.
So it was for a good cause.
And it was like direct cash to like people who need it.
Yes.
It is direct aid. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. When the community gets together, you just make a pile of money and you give it to people who need it.
Yes, exactly. And it was a good lineup. Eric Idle was there. That was one of those people that it's like, I'll never see him live.
I know.
He's old.
But I'd love to.
And expensive.
Very.
But no, now I've done it.
Yeah.
Neil Hamburger put on a great show.
As always.
I forgot how much I loved Puddles the Pity Clown.
Yeah.
I love Puddles. Like, Puddles is a huge thing, like, in the Audis.
Yes.
I've seen Puddles, like, maybe 3 or 4 times in his heyday. I forgot how much I love Puddles.
I know. Puddles is an original. It's like, who's the joke on? I don't know. And I'm having a great time.
Weird Al Yankovic in everybody's backing band?
Yeah.
Was something
that
I was
a very
not
humble
prepared
showing.
for.
It was, yeah. It would be, at one moment we'd be listening to, it would be Nancy Sinatra doing these Boots Are Made for Walking. Who knew she was still alive?
Right? Never planned on seeing Nancy Sinatra in my life.
And a Weird Al Yankovic comes out behind, backing her up.
Like, on the accordion.
Yes. Who is that comedian who sang The Weather Girls? It's Raining Men.
Oh, shit.
She was on Saturday Night Live. I think that was her. But Weird Al, like, backed her up, too. It was...
Yeah, they did backing vocal. Oh, she was from the backing band.
Oh, yeah.
She was from the backing band, and Paul Schaefer.
Paul Schaefer mostly carried that song.
Right? Almost forgot he was a thing.
Yeah.
But he wrote It's Raining Men for the Weather Girls back in the day. And, yeah, the girl from the backing band
did not have a good mic.
No. Bob the Drag Queen did a great intro.
Bob's set was great. Paula Poundstone was a wonderful hostess.
She was. I was like, oh my God, you live.
And you're still really funny. Yay!
Yeah.
I know there was a couple of people like, there's still a Beach Boy alive.
Just one. Just the one. The other one is just sitting in a mansion somewhere just being cranky.
And it was fun to sing some surf music with all your neighbors.
Yeah, it was a good show. It was a good show. Got a little drunk. The money went to a good cause.
Yeah. And oh my God, now I really have to go see Rufus Wainwright.
Yes.
Like, in full concert. I went 90 minutes with him. I had a taste. It was exquisite.
Yes. But here's something weird that I noticed.
Yeah. Rufus
Wainwright makes beautiful music.
Yes.
But I have never seen a man that makes such beautiful music be so offbeat. Why was his... I don't know where his toe was going. I don't know what the fuck his toe was tapping to, but it wasn't to anything that anybody was playing. And it was weird.
It went its toe away. When its toe away.
And in case you didn't know where you are, I am Samara.
I am Jeannie.
And this is Talk Deadly to Me. Oh, Jeannie, are you ready to pick up where we left off in the continuing saga of Cindy, Campbell Ray, and her simp, David West?
Jesus. Yeah. Ooh. These strange little people.
Oh.
In this strange little world.
Well, when we last left off, David finally decided it was time to introduce Cindy's greasy ass to Mother.
Oh, dear. Yes. Oh, no. Poor Mother.
Well, he needs to take the one woman that's ever made him feel appreciated and valued to meet the other woman that has made him feel appreciated and valued. And together, he will have all the value and appreciation one could ever want.
Man, well, it's a plan.
I mean,
It's a plan.
why else? And when David took Cindy over, Cecilia did not like what she saw. No.
Well, she has eyes and senses.
David is still helping Cindy work on her weight, but Cecilia said she looked like a fat Daisy May.
Oh my God. Yikes.
Yeah. Daisy May.
Yikes.
Cindy was unkempt, smelled awful, and it was a thick, heavy smell of body odor and perfume.
Eesh.
Equal parts cloyingly sweet and filthy dirty.
Yikes.
Just nasty.
Yeah.
Cindy has long, natural eyelashes, and she batted them at Cecilia like she was a 1960s ingenue.
Delusion on the line. Man. Her good feature.
And yeah, and
this is a woman who's been pumped up by like non-stop self-esteem from
her family, or from David.
From David.
Yes.
Batting her eyes at this mother.
I wish I could do the sparkle noise.
I know.
And as a long-time student of the theater,
yes,
Cecilia West knows bad acting when she sees it. And as far as she's concerned, this Cindy Campbell girl is nothing but a grade F ham actress. Ham genie.
Mm-hmm.
Ham.
In every sense.
And she eats ham too.
Yeah, I know.
She eats it. And like when Cindy said hello to Cecilia for the first time, Cecilia said it looked like a bad Shirley Temple imitation.
Oh, creepy.
All she needed was the ringlets.
Yeah.
And she's looking down. Yes, ma'am. She's like, what, is she going to start toeing the carpet with the toe of her black satin Mary Jane's?
That just sounds really freaky coming from a grown woman.
Yes.
I can't. I don't know what I would do if, like, a whole 25-year-old.
A whole stinking ass 25-year-old.
With like in a baby voice. Nice to meet you.
All while smelling like the worst parts of Skid Row ran through a Macy's department store aisle.
Towing the carpet.
Right? What? No. Which is why, when they left, Cecilia called David and said, no, sir. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Oh my God.
Now, there's something wrong with her.
Yeah. All her puppies ain't barking.
She said it is impossible for a young woman approaching 26 with two children is this shy, backwards, and dim.
Right?
None. But David reassured his mother, this is no act. It's just how Cindy is. Ham actress.
My God.
A few days after that first meeting, Cindy and David revisited his parents. While David was off in another part of the house, Cindy shyly nudged her way into the kitchen while Cecilia was cutting potatoes.
Yes.
And in her shy little girl baby voice,
oh my God,
Cindy sounded amazed when she asked Cecilia, "Ooh, is that how you do that?"
Oh my God.
And Cecilia's like, yeah.
Yeah.
This is how you cut potatoes. Yeah. And Cindy just gave her a bit of a look and just said, oh, well, I never learned how to do kitchen things like cut potatoes and the like.
Okay.
The family's Mexican maid never taught her.
Oh, God.
David came back into the kitchen and Cecilia took her now customary position on the floor sitting at David's feet.
Oh my God. What?
Yes.
Wow.
Cindy's one of those people that just likes to sit on the floor.
Okay. A little less alarming.
Now, the sitting at David's feet thing is part of a larger manipulation, but I'm skipping ahead.
Mm.
We'll leave my theories
Okay.
to myself for now.
Mm-hmm.
I know too much. But David likes this whole sitting by his feet,
Yeah.
looking up at him, like a guru.
Oh my god. He's eating it up.
Just like all that ham Cindy served up bat in her eyelashes at his mother.
He loves ham.
Fatty ham. Now, for other people, like I said, this might be weird, but not for Cecilia.
Oh my god.
You see, she had been cursed with a string of ailments from arthritis to hip and thyroid issues that made standing, walking, and sitting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So she is actually more comfortable on a hard floor than she is on something soft. And since she had spent so much time sitting on floors trying to get comfortable, she decided that people who sat on floors were good-natured and humble.
Oh, okay.
She's good-natured and humble because she's forced to sit on the floor all the time.
Well, I guess she got something out of it.
Cecilia's stark raving fucking mad.
You know, right?
No, it just means unfortunately, health was not one of your gifts, and I'm sorry you have to sit on the floor to be comfortable.
But she's wrapping a story around it.
As they chatted, Cindy explained that she often wore long-sleeved shirts to cover the scars that she had gotten from all of the beatings of her former partners.
Oh my god.
And her family.
Oh, wow.
Cindy said that one beating was so bad, it had ruptured her eardrum. And she's a bit hard of hearing on one side because of it.
Yikes.
And as they kept talking, the conversation turned to makeup and hygiene. Cindy stinks.
Yeah.
Cindy stinks. Cecilia would like to know why. This is horrible. A grown woman with 2 children who has a place to live, not only with her son in his flea trap apartment,
yes,
but like a very nice, fancy home
with running water
that can afford soap. And she is really out here wearing homeless du jour. She does. She smells like a homeless person ran through the Macy's perfume aisle and got hit with every sample that they got.
I believe it.
And so Cindy admitted that she didn't wear makeup and didn't use hygiene products like deodorant. Well, there's nothing to admit. That part is excruciatingly clear.
Yeah.
And when David left the room, Cindy pointed to the rat's nest that is her hair and confided in Cecilia that she couldn't do a thing with it because it was too tangled. And Cecilia replied without a hint of irony, "Have you tried a comb, dear?"
Right? That would explain it.
Well, Cindy said she couldn't comb her hair because her scalp is too sensitive. I was a tender-headed child, trust and believe they could get through.
Yeah.
You can make it happen.
Yeah. Wow.
Cecilia took a comb out of her purse and offered to help Cindy with the mess.
Wow.
She's just like, look, if you all spend time here, we gotta something with this. Cecilia could see that Cindy's scalp was raw and inflamed as she detangled her hair. When asked what she used in her hair, Cindy said, "A wire brush with prongs."
What?
She's brushing her hair, such as it is, with a wire brush with prongs. And her hair is so tangled, I don't think she's not brushing it. She's just like rubbing the wire across her scalp.
Are they itching her scalp? Ooh. That's horrifying.
Whatever, her scalp is shredded.
Yikes.
It's red, it's inflamed, and it's from scraping this metal prong brush.
Oh my god.
That's why they put rubber on the end of those prongs.
Yes.
If all the rubber is gone, don't use it on your head.
That's horrifying. Oh my god.
Cecilia, much like yourself, is taken aback. Here is a young woman who knows so little about personal maintenance that she is cutting her scalp because she doesn't know what kind of brush to use. What kind of mother did this kid have that she didn't have the very basics in home training and self-care?
One would have to ask.
Cecilia wondered what could have happened to Cindy to keep her trapped as an eternal 5-year-old. Because that's about how she's acting.
Yeah.
Oh, I never learned how to cut potato.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's weird.
A few weeks after getting Cindy's hair together,
Mm-hmm.
Cecilia got on her tricycle and rode over to David's house.
As fast as she fucking could. I would kidnap him. I would have him kidnapped and like transported to the Yukon. Anything to interrupt this relationship to make it stop. Bring that house down from the duplex. Make it stop. Save my boy.
Yeah, but you're still left with David West in his peri incel state.
As far as that lady's concerned, preferable.
Just get my boy.
Good God.
When Cecilia arrived, Cindy welcomed her to the house excitedly.
Oh God.
And told Cecilia that my hair is starting to grow back underneath where you trimmed it. There were parts of her hair that were so tangled where Cecilia was like, I just gotta cut it out.
Yeah.
I just gotta, sorry. I'm gonna do this as even as possible.
Yeah. But there's some matting. I mean, there's tangles and then there's matting.
And the back of her hair was matted. And so it had to get cut.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to grow out. Yay! And no new tangles.
Oh God.
I think Cecilia must have just given the girl a comb and said, use this. Daily, bitch. Daily. Cecilia was happy for Cindy, but she thought Cindy was acting more like a proud teenager than a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
Cecilia was like, she's like a kid, growing up and out.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay.
That was what she said in her inner monologue.
Yeah.
Up and out is how she was acting.
Yeah.
Cecilia loved hanging out with David and his friends because that was an escape from her loveless marriage to David's father.
Yeah, that's right.
On this visit, Cecilia wanted to play a game of reminisce.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal of the game is to see who could recall their earliest childhood memories.
Okay.
And when it was her turn, Cindy said her earliest memory was learning how to walk. And her mother putting out a leg to trip her
Oh my God.
when she took her first steps.
That is so fucked up.
Cecilia is in shock.
Come on. Could you imagine? You have a baby, you have a child, and it's getting up to walk. And you fucking trip it. What kind of vile animal would do that?
Well, clearly Cindy's mother.
It's it's Dickensian almost.
So, this is the part of the show where I tell you that Cindy is an unreliable narrator of her own life.
That one was just too much. It tripped me.
And you should only believe 2.5% to 5% of anything that she says.
Jesus.
And the truth begins with and ends with, my name is Cindy Campbell Ray.
Yes.
My father's name is Jim Campbell. My mother's name is Virginia Campbell. My sister's names are Michelle, Jamie, and Beth, and I have 2 sons. After that, all bets are off.
Right?
The truth ain't in her.
Yeah.
The truth is not in her.
Distrust and verify.
Don't even bother to verify a girl, because look, just nod your head and try to get out of the conversation.
But yeah, that's ludicrous. Tripping a baby on their first steps.
And Cecilia, she is taken aback because she has her own demons with an abusive childhood.
Mm.
But like, who would be sick enough to trip a baby?
It's just mind-boggling, the mind that comes up with that. What is wrong with you, Cindy?
And then you gotta imagine that in that baby voice, that stupid Shirley Temple thing that she's doing.
Oh my god, no, it's like, oh god, what's that Joan Crawford and Betty Davis movie?
Whatever Happened to Baby Jane?
Exactly. It's that. Only drag queens. So it's like Alaska.
Oh, yeah, but she's just, my mama tripped me when I was 18 months old, or however old she said she was. So now Cecilia's starting to feel sorry for Cindy.
Oh, mistake.
This poor girl.
She's insane.
Damaged goods.
Right?
Her mama tripped her.
That would explain a lot, though. She hit her little 18-month-old head.
Oh, girl, it's gonna get worse than that. Oh, Gina, you ready for some lessons from this loser?
Anything positive out of this loser would be very acceptable.
You know, just because they're lessons doesn't necessarily mean that they're positive, right?
Oh my god.
They're just, lessons are just that. They are just lessons.
Okay.
Now, by the time they're about 3-4 months into their living situation,
Mm-hmm.
David is happy with his position in Cindy's life as protector, father, brother, drill sergeant, health coach, and teacher.
Oh, holy Game of Thrones. What?
He is everything to her. And that's exactly the way he likes it.
Okay.
They had a lot of routines, but the strangest of them was reserved for Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, 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 it's a Saturday, yay, 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 yay.
I was going to say it was all right for fighting, but...
There's, not Tribe Called Quest. Well, I'm thinking Tribe Called Quest because Q-Tip does lend his vocals to that, but I can't remember who did the groove theory, I think it was.
Okay.
5 days to work, 1 whole day to play. Come on, everybody, get your roller skates today. It's Saturday, 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 it's a Saturday.
Yay! I like that better.
So, every Saturday morning, David would get into the tub,
Yeah.
take a long, hot bath.
Okay.
He's a pasty dude, so he's in there until he's pink. He is in that tub until he is Angora pink.
Wow. Okay.
And while he's in the tub, he would talk on the phone with his friends. He's in the bathtub,
I'm sorry.
turning
This is
pink.
one of those moments it would be good if we were streaming so people could see that look on my face.
Why? But also, this is 1981.
That is so funny. No, it just seems like such... Like, I know I've seen that scene in movies, and it's always a woman with her head swooped up and bubble bath.
Yeah, and she's in the tub, and she's got the long cord, and she's on the phone.
Yeah, so I'm honestly, I'm just being a little, like, sexist and being like, a dude is doing this.
Fair.
Honestly, if it was Cindy, I'd think that was hilarious and good for her. She's bathing and stuff.
If it was Cindy, it would just be good that she's bathing. Fuck the phone calls and everything else. I would just be happy to show her that she washed her nasty ass.
Right? But I'm a little weirded out that this guy...
He likes to let the steam clear out his sinuses.
Okay. I mean, it is kind of weird enough that he likes to take a bath instead of a shower. Because I feel like that's gender-coded. Baths are definitely female.
Only on Saturday.
And to be on the phone.
Only on Saturday.
The Saturday ritual.
So he gets in the tub on Saturday, nice hot tub.
Okay.
Gets himself all angel heart pink.
Yes.
final seed of angel heart is what
Yeah.
I'm picturing now. And clears his sinuses with the steam and talks on the phone. Once done in the tub, David would get himself dressed and scented.
Yes. Nice.
And call Cindy into the living room.
Yes.
Once she was in the living room, Cindy would take her position on the floor at David's feet.
That's right, guru.
And sit in rapt amazement.
Enraptured.
As he taught Cindy about Roman history, Greek democracy, the threat of communism, World War II, Nazi nationalism, French colonialism, etc. None of these things he has more than a 9th grade understanding of, but here we are.
Oh my god, so he's exactly like Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
Or any of those podcast bros.
But poor.
Yes.
But poor, because it's 1981 and that formula hadn't been sorted out yet.
Right, or the internet.
He was ahead of his time.
Truly.
In the most dickish way possible. See, neither David nor Cindy had finished high school. But Cindy hadn't had the benefit of growing up with parents that fancied themselves intellectuals like
That's
David.
right.
Remember, his dad is an actual professor.
He's an academic.
And his mom just fancies herself
Yeah.
in an academic. And because of that, he felt he was appropriate for him to pour the benefits of his more intellectual family dinner conversations into Cindy.
Yeah.
I imagine dinner at the West House must have been fucking insufferable. Sometimes David would get frustrated with Cindy and snap at her that, God damn it, Cindy, you're not stupid.
Yeah.
In those moments, Cindy would just recoil as if she'd been slapped across the face.
The man who usually compliments me is yelling at me. What do I do? That must have been a little whiplashy for her.
Without skipping ahead too much, I'm going to say this. We are going to talk a lot about Cindy Campbell Ray. Said it wrong again. Because I feel it should go the opposite way.
I know.
I feel it should be in my soul.
Yeah.
It's Cindy Ray Campbell.
No, but it's Cindy Campbell Ray.
Right. We're going to hear a lot about her fucked up childhood.
Yeah.
And don't believe a goddamn word of it. None of it. This whole, he's mean to me, slap in the face shit. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Lies from the pits of hell.
Just pure ego protection.
I don't even think it's ego protection.
Really?
I think I know things.
Okay.
I know things. We'll get there. And in those moments, David would feel bad. And he would remind himself that it's not Cindy's fault that she was raised in ignorance and that he had to be gentle with her.
Mm-hmm.
As Cindy slimmed down, David became more comfortable with being out with her in public.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But Cindy's new figure also brought the roving eyes of other men.
Attention.
David doesn't like this. If he catches somebody checking Cindy out, he just hits them with his best anti-Bowie evil stare.
Yes. Back off. This is my project.
Because he's got Bowie eyes. Mm. He got David Bowie eyes. But none of the, charm, artistic skill, integrity, or any of the things
raw sexual charisma
that made David Bowie.
Yeah.
All he got is Bowie eyes.
Yep.
At least nobody had to punch him in the face for him.
Too bad.
Somebody should.
Yes. It would do a body good.
Man. Many bodies. They weren't to the point where David sees Cindy as romantic just yet. Mm-hmm. But a combination of his possessiveness and out-of-whack chivalry meant that while she was out with him and under his protection, no man should be looking at Cindy.
So people are looking at his new toy. He doesn't want to sleep with his toy, but it's his.
Not yet.
It's his toy.
Yeah. Can't look at her.
Yeah.
You don't want to fuck her yet. We'll get there. Eventually he's going to want to.
So this is not romantic jealousy. This is just childish jealousy.
Yes. Almost curlish.
Curlish?
Like curlish, like just don't touch my stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a miserly curlish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because from his perspective, all women were naive.
Mm-hmm.
And Cindy especially so.
Yeah.
Hence, David needed to protect Cindy from the wanton advances of other men.
Yeah.
Also,
okay.
I love that autocorrect changed wanton to wonton.
Yeah.
She does not need to hide from the wontons.
Yeah. I do. They just find me around any quarter, and I cannot stop but eat them.
I'm wanton for wontons.
Yes!
Now back home, David decided that sex was inevitable.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
No matter what Cindy had said in the early days of their relationship. Remember, she didn't want to move in because he would come on to her.
Yeah.
She didn't see it that way. David is, because she's losing weight, she's getting thinner. You know what? Game recognized game as she slenders out.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he's becoming more attracted to her now.
Yeah.
And he could feel that as they spent more time together, she was becoming sexually attracted to him, so they should just do it.
Yeah.
Yet, when David tried to kiss her, Cindy would push him away and say, "Sex is nasty."
Oh, God.
Cindy said she couldn't have sex with David because she's a good girl.
Crazy about Elvis. She's got 2 kids, though. She's so full of crap.
Cindy is a whore.
I don't doubt it. She's just not into him.
Cindy likes to fuck.
Yeah, just not him.
At least not right now.
Yeah.
After a few of these conversations, Cindy would admit to David, in her little girl voice,
Yeah. Yeah.
that she had been raped before.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
But she wouldn't elaborate.
That is so psychotic.
Oh, girl.
I mean, yeah, I think we've all known that dirtbag girl
Yes.
who would lie about that to boys to make them feel like protective and just to get away with shit and have them white knight for you.
And they just bother the fuck out of me.
I know. It's like, why? Why do you have to do that?
I'm just
Why do you
living my
lie?
life trying to be cool. You making it hard for the rest of us.
Right? This is why no one ever believes us.
But this didn't deter David. No. It just meant that he needed to change his approach.
Mm.
And after another few weeks of laying out the case of why sex wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every day he's like, as long as there's no mental anguish, abuse, coercion, disease, he's laying out a very logical case.
The case for sex.
Yes. Finally, Cindy gave in.
Oh, God.
Their first exploits kept them in bed for 2 days, bitch.
Wow.
2 days.
Mm.
She put that thing on him.
She
Put
did.
it down on me, put it down on me. Everybody in the club put it down on me. Like, she put it down.
Although I feel like if someone was just like lobbying me to have sex, I would feel like no desire for them. But I guess she like, I need to scratch that itch. Fine.
I think all of this, because Cindy is crazy, nuttier than squirrel shit. All of this is part of her grander plan.
Okay.
I don't think that any of this has anything to do with anything other than getting David to do what she wants.
Yeah. Yes.
Remember what I said in episode 1? She only liked David because he seemed like he'd be good for beating people up.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
So they didn't get out of bed for two days that first time around.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy wouldn't even stop for a snack. And I'm like, as a formerly fat bitch, I know you like a snack.
Right.
I know you like a snack.
Yeah.
David was finally happy that he's sleeping with Cindy. But he did have to learn to adapt to her weirdo patterns.
Mm.
Cindy didn't like penetrative sex, but she was wild for oral.
Okay.
Sucked the marrow out the bone.
Yeah.
When David was allowed to get it in, Cindy would take on this little girl persona and call him daddy.
Ew. I mean, to each their own.
Oh, we'll get there.
Yeah, but I personally, no.
My kinks are not built that way. They're just not. David was shocked to find that Cindy is sexual dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
In later interviews, David would say that Cindy made up for every frigid bitch he had been with before. You mean every woman that you had harangued into sex and she just laid there as still as possible and let you do your business because she just needed you to go away?
Yeah.
Those frigid bitches, no, they're not frigid. They just need you to go away.
Yeah.
And they are willing to take on a body for it.
Yeah.
Quite literally. When they weren't having sex, Cindy liked to bring David treats and rub his back, and once asked if she could wash his feet with her hair, Mary Magdalene style.
That's so weird. That is so weird. What in the Quentin Tarantino is going on?
Oh, but he's eating it up.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Once they started having sex, Cindy and David were officially a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And thusly, David began to bring Cindy around his friend group more. Around his friends, David saw a side of Cindy that was whip smart, funny, and keenly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of person that could sit in a bar and start quoting Shakespeare and have everybody at the bar eating out the palm of her hand.
Mm-hmm.
Her wordplay was so quick and so sharp that even the professional comedians in their friend circle had a hard time keeping up with her references and wordplay.
Ooh.
Even when she faked the Shakespeare, she was incredibly convincing.
Yeah.
Like, unless you were sitting there with a fucking tome and going line for line with her,
Yeah.
you would never know she was making it up.
Yeah.
Like, when she decides to put on a performance, she is apparently phenomenal. Being a couple also prompted her to speak to David more about life inside the Campbell home.
Yeah.
And I'm going to preface this by saying that David is predisposed to hate the Campbell family.
Yes.
Remember, he got banned for insulting the maid.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody should get banned for insulting the help, if you let him tell. So he held a grudge against the Campbells. Specifically, his grudge about the Campbells and being banned from the house was specifically against Mr. Jim Campbell. He felt that banning him from the house forever was a man decision.
Okay.
So he dislikes Jim for banning him from the house. He feels it's unfair.
Okay.
And that Jim should have come to him man to man or
Whatever
bullshit that David thinks he's owed.
entitled to. Owed. Yeah.
On the flip side, Mrs. Campbell just grossed David out. She had a slight humpback. Some people say she's built like a parenthesis.
Oh, poor thing.
But she had a slight humpback from a lifetime of scoliosis being not quite probably treated properly.
Yeah, sounds like.
And a lifetime of being hunched over the typewriter, being her husband's paralegal.
Yeah.
So she got like a little tiny humpback. Just a little bit. And David thought deformed people were gross.
Ugh.
And that they harbored hate in their hearts.
Okay.
See, the way David sees it, disabled people, or deformed people, as he would say, are bitter and jealous about their deformities.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of projection.
Right? And so no matter how nice and upbeat disabled people, or deformed people, as he would say, present themselves, he doesn't trust them because he knows they secretly harbor hate in their heart because of their disability.
Okay. Like I said, that's a lot of projection.
And he, honestly, the only disability he got is the eye thing. And if he was a better person, it would be kind of cool.
Mm.
Like you could use that if you was a nicer person. When Cindy told David that her parents favored her three sisters over her, he wasn't shocked to hear it. Cindy said that growing up, all she had was hand-me-downs, while her sisters got brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Now you were number three in 3 of 4.
Yeah.
Really, the only person that had to deal with hand-me-downs is Jamie.
No, she got him. They all, like, if you weren't the first one, you got a hand-me-down.
But this is a wealthy family, so really nobody's getting hand-me-downs.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2, but it's not.
I mean, if it
like,
was good shit,
right?
it would be like the I can't wait for you to outgrow that dress so I can get it, Cindy.
Right.
Yeah.
Her sisters were all given allowances, whereas Cindy had to work around the house to earn her pocket money.
Cinderella.
Dressed in yelly Cinderella.
Yeah, these are tall tales.
The tallest girl. Everything's bigger in Texas, so these lies are about to be big.
Yeah.
When Cindy wasn't quiet, she was slapped in the face while her sisters were allowed to share stories. Once, when an uncle praised Cindy's singing voice, she apparently has a very lovely singing voice, it's described as clear and pure.
Oh.
Oh, fine.
Yeah.
Makes me think that she could do a good aria, a good Ave Maria.
Yeah.
That kind of.
Like church choir.
Yeah, that when I think clean and pure voice, I think a good voice with no personality.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be.
Like a good backup singer.
Yes.
Is a clear,
Yeah.
pure voice.
Mm-hmm.
But once that uncle complimented her singing, her parents dragged her away, and she was never allowed to see that uncle again.
God.
Never, girl.
He is really simple for falling for this shit.
Oh. I can't wait for this part. Anyway. Cindy said that she was often locked into a closet. And when she cried to be let out, her mom would just stand there and go, I can't hear you, Cindy. You're not loud enough. I'd let you out, but you gotta knock harder.
Mm-hmm.
Scream louder. We can't hear you.
Jesus.
Then Cindy said that when she was 3, the family was visiting a lake.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy stepped into some sort of hole, which happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lake. There are holes. And went underwater. Instead of rushing to save her daughter, Cindy said her mother watched from the shore as the toddler worked to get her breath and get her bearings as the water tumbled her end over end. She was only saved because another beachgoer tripped over the baby and brought Cindy to shore where they pumped the water out of her lungs.
Okay.
David heard all of this and decided that Cindy was too pretty and too brilliant to fit in with the dough-faced lumps that were the Campbells. And that's why they mistreated her.
Two fantasists.
Man. But they're on completely different wavelengths.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, none of them are attached to the Earth, but you're right. They're in different parallel universes.
Now that they're all adults, the family dynamics in the Campbell home hadn't changed. Betty, Jamie, and Michelle still got all the money, praise, and attention, while Cindy had to beg for scraps.
God. It's just too maudlin. I can't.
And when Cindy asked her mother for money, the old woman would say, beg for it, bitch.
That is... I can't. I seriously, I can't. Yeah, I just...
Bitch.
Yeah. They're all so dumb.
She was abused, girl.
But I could see why he laps it up. Because these are two people that can't be honest with themselves or like anyone else, it seems.
No.
And this is a very exciting storyline for him and her.
Oh, because she needs something. She obviously needs to be protected.
Exactly. He needs to be the big man in this girl's life who's becoming increasingly attractive. Look what I have done. Look what I robbed.
There was one point, before they start sleeping together, he walks into Cindy's room, and she was naked.
Mm-hmm.
She had started to slim down, so her figure's looking good, and she's a bit top heavy. And he's quoted as saying, "Oh my God, she's a Reuben. She's a this, she's a that."
Yeah.
You know, naming off all of those
Yeah.
classical painters
Yeah.
that painted the Rubenesque figure.
Yes.
And then he stopped himself. He's like, "No, she's a West. I've created her."
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, we've gotten that.
Pygmalion.
She's a West.
Yes.
When it came to her father, Cindy held him in high regard, but she never described him as loving or kind.
Mm-hmm.
She mainly described her father as a brilliant and talented lawyer. And when Cindy was 12, she said she ran away to Tulsa to live with an old lady in a rooming house.
Mm-hmm.
But when that got weird, she moved in with an old man
Okay.
who ran a different rooming house. That old man stored his dead cat in the freezer and put porn under all the beds. And when Cindy finally made her way back to Houston,
Mm-hmm.
her dad put her in a state mental hospital.
If only.
I mean, if only because we don't have them
True.
anymore. But in the context of 1981, this is horrible because he has the money to put her in a better facility and is choosing to put her in a bad facility.
Yeah.
But Daddy brought her home a few days later, and Cindy told David that she had been to therapy a few times, but it never stuck because all of the doctors made moves on her.
Yes, they're attacking me.
And Cindy said that's also why she was never able to keep a job. Men keep hitting on her. She can't handle it. She can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
They paw on her. That stinky ass constantly.
I know. They just prey on me.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
I need an enforcer.
She does. Now, David decided that Cindy needed a steady job. Something she had never been able to accomplish in her scant 26 years on this earth. Never. David said that a job would help Cindy develop more self-esteem and get independence, just like you tell your average 16-year-old.
Yes. And it's true.
So to that end, David got him and Cindy part-time jobs as building security guards.
Oh my God.
Overnight
I
security.
would be so terrified to be in that building.
Well, they're working at night, so nobody's in there.
Okay, good.
Really.
The world is safe.
David was at the guard post and Cindy at the reception area. David figured if they're working at the same place, working at the same time, he could monitor her progress and she couldn't, just jump off the job after the first night.
Okay.
Or,
Yeah.
Keep an eye on her, keep her company, keep her calm.
Yeah.
She is prone to hysterics.
Good God. Yeah. Yeah.
One day at work, Cindy said, "I can't go on." She can't do it.
Oh no. What happened?
That shift manager,
Oh no.
he keeps coming on to her, making her skin crawl, making passes at her. Now, David wondered if Cindy was overreacting.
I mean...
He believes her abuse stories, but he's caught her in a little bit of fantastic here and there.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't confront her or make it a big deal, but like I said, he knows that she's prone to histrionics.
Yes.
So he's like, you're overreacting?
Yeah.
Because what could possibly happen to you in this building?
Right? Good question.
Cindy's like, he could rape me?
Oh, no.
David's like, damn. He could, huh?
It's physically possible.
Odds are extremely slim to none,
I
but
know.
the possibility is still there. So now David's upset because he doesn't like the idea of anybody sleazing on his woman.
Yeah. She's my girlfriend.
But he is just sane enough to realize that Cindy needs to learn how to suck it up.
Yes. Oh God, right?
She just needs to develop some thicker skin, and she needs to learn how to handle men.
Mm-hmm.
He's got just enough common sense that God gave your average dung beetle.
Yes.
Not tons.
Yeah.
Not tons. Not a lot.
But an average amount.
Just a soupçon.
For a dung beetle.
Yeah. Just a soupçon. Because that is common sense. You got somebody that's prone to histrionics.
Yeah.
They're saying that somebody did something to you.
Mm-hmm.
Did they do something, or is this another instance where you need to toughen up?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is, I think, a fair question when you're dealing with a
Yes.
Cindy Campbell Ray.
This is a beam of sanity.
And David told Cindy that she needed to stop being so fucking touchy
Yes.
and learn how to face reality. And this is the reality as David sees it. Every man that wants to sleep with you
Mm-hmm.
or finds you attractive
Mm-hmm.
is not going to rape you.
True. Very true.
And she needs to learn how to handle these things.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy is a pretty girl. Sure, I'll let her have it. And the fact of the matter is, pretty women get hit on all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't fall to pieces. They just fucking handle it.
Yes.
And Cindy, you look at her sideways and she just folds and falls to pieces.
Yeah.
So he was like, instead of falling apart, what you need to do is tell the guy to drop dead, or tell him to take a hike, or my personal favorite, tell him to go wring out your chicken.
God. That's graphic.
It's like, I know what the saying means and why it is the way it is, but I'm literally thinking of a person with an actual chicken trying to wring it out, and the image tickles me.
In my head, I see it as like a rubber chicken.
Yeah, just somebody's trying to wring out a chicken, and it's just funny.
It is.
Even though I know that's not what he means. So David made her repeat those 3 phrases ad nauseum. Drop dead. Take a hike. Go wring out your chicken. Drop dead. Take a hike. Go wring out your chicken. Ad nauseum. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Know it, love it, be it.
Once he was satisfied that she had them memorized, he sent her back to her reception station. Proud that he had sent her off with the information she needed to conquer the world.
Yes. Sorry, aside. Dudes crying at statues is so Catholic.
Well, it is the Catholic network.
It just made me think of Conclave for a minute. I was just dying.
I figure we got an hour to finish it. I'll give you your fix. I know you want it. Like, deep down, I know sometimes in the back of your head, you're like, can we put on the Catholic channel? I know you're thinking it, but you don't always want to ask. Because you also know how weird this shit is, and it's weird to want to watch it.
It is so comforting.
And I know you want to ask, and I know you just don't want to, so sometimes I just put it on because I know it's what you want. And we'll just let that live there. I know, I can tell. I can tell when you want to watch it, but you don't want to ask me. I can tell when that's what you want. I can tell that you're like, it's going to be so weird to ask to watch this weirdo shit. But I kind of want to see what they're up to. She's like, but I kind of want to see what they're up to.
I know, right?
That's why I was just like, you know what? Let's just, in the background.
I know. I'm like, is this the life of a saint or a pope? It's hard to tell.
Or both. Well, his sword and sheath fell in the perfect cross, so...
Oh my god. Meaning upon meaning upon meaning.
She's weird.
Right?
So after all of that, David gets her those phrases.
Yes.
She gets them down. Sends her back, ready to conquer the world.
Yes.
She's a working woman now. She got 3 phrases.
She's got
Back
this.
men off. Cindy walked off the job the next day.
Oh god. Weak as water.
Weaker. Water can actually drown you.
That's so true. That's so true.
Cindy's just gonna make you smell her.
There you go. Submit.
True story. The longer Cindy and David dated, the closer Cindy and his mother Cecilia got.
Oh. Is this a good thing?
It's weird. It's weird.
Par for course.
In time, the pair would find that they had a lot in common.
Oh god.
They're both the outcasts of their family.
Oh god. Mm.
They both loved and adored strict, hard-to-please fathers.
Oh my god.
They both disregarded their long-suffering mothers.
Mm-hmm.
They both clashed with their siblings.
Yes. Oh god.
They are both afraid to learn how to drive.
Oh.
And they are both terrified of sexual assault to a place where it is almost a phobia.
Oh my god. He has a type.
There is one point...
Mother.
At one point, after Cecilia and Cindy are starting to get close and they're getting acquainted,
Yes.
David does tell his mother that Cindy's a hyper version of herself.
Oh my god.
And she agrees.
Is she pleased?
She doesn't take it as an insult.
Well.
I feel like, so Cecilia's the Cindy of her family.
Yes. There you go. Yeah.
Now, Cecilia loved to spin long stories about her family lore. Her and her husband both. Her husband's name is Duval.
Oh.
They both come from a long line of French... I forgot the word again.
Oh, Huguenots.
Thank you. And so she loves to tell the stories of her great-granddaddy that did this and that, and the next great-grandmother that did this and did that.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the stories of her dearly departed grandfather, the doctor.
Back when we were gentry.
The doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, she carries that haughtiness
Wow.
of being the doctor's granddaughter.
Okay.
And Cindy loved to listen to those stories.
Yeah.
She's like a little kid. In some interviews, David talks about sitting on his mother's lap, and she spins these stories about family lore. And he ate it up as a kid. And Cindy's sitting on the floor next to his mother, eating it up like a little kid.
Huh.
In their many conversations, Cindy told Cecilia that her life would change for the better once her parents loved her.
Oh my god. That's so sad. What a sad thing to tell somebody.
That's what Cecilia said, and
Right?
she would pat Cindy on the arm and be like, well, maybe we can find love and encouragement elsewhere.
That would get, yeah.
Have you ever thought about moving on?
Right? I mean, that's a lot to lay on someone.
Let me tell you about the concept of chosen family.
Yeah.
You know, like, what is it? Oh, I heard somebody on some show say something really brilliant. You're stuck with relatives. You choose your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when family gets out of hand, they make themselves relatives.
Yeah.
They were much more eloquent than I, but it was a great sentiment.
Yeah. Yeah. That is helpful.
Because isn't it true?
Yeah.
You know,
It really
family
is.
can be relatives or family can be family.
Yeah.
But Cindy never let it go. Her life would be perfect once her parents loved her.
Man.
During their talks, Cindy would snuggle into Cecilia and weep as she told her new friend that when she was 7, her mom started chaining her to bathroom fixtures.
She is laying it on thick.
The other girls, her sisters,
Yeah.
they were allowed to go shopping while Cindy was trapped in the closet.
Wild tales.
And then, sometimes, Cecilia and Cindy, they're both so maudlin, I can get them confused.
Right?
Cindy said that sometimes she would be beaten so badly, she'd soil herself,
Oh my
and then
God.
she'd be beaten again for soiling herself.
This is like, even Charles Dickens is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's a little bit melodramatic, ma'am.
Somewhere in whatever the great beyond end,
Yes.
Richard the Iceman Kuklinski is like, look, Stanley was a lot of shit. But it wasn't that.
Yeah, right? Madam, you're out of hand.
The only love Cindy ever really had was from her grandma.
Wow, okay.
But Cindy was never allowed to see her grandma.
Because her grandma loved her.
Exactly. Because you love me.
This is just like maybe even borderline VC Andrews. Like amounts of melodramatic and tragic.
No granny boots. Unfortunately, Cindy's not that fashionable. One Christmas, there were only 3 gifts for Cindy. Pile of gifts for the other 3 girls. Only 3 from Cindy. All 3 were from the grandmama.
Yay, grandmama.
She got 3 dolls. Her sisters dismembered.
God.
I submit if there's any truth to this, it's just that little girls dismember dolls.
I mean, yeah.
That's just...
Heads will get popped off and stuff, but I mean, it's just pure fantasy.
Right, or you just played too rough.
Yeah.
And the arm popped off.
Yeah.
You're trying to do something else.
Like, she's like one of these, like, I've heard so many tall tales now that I'm like, you can't trust a damn thing she says. Or even know where the kernel of truth may lay.
There is none. It's all lies. From the pits of hell.
Yeah.
When Cindy was 11, her grandmama noticed that Cindy only had no new clothes of her own.
Oh, how tragic.
And so she bought Cindy 5 new dresses. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my God.
And with their mother's encouragement,
of course,
Cindy's 3 evil sisters cut those dresses to ribbons.
Oh my God.
Ribbons, I say ribbons.
Yeah, Cindy is short for Cinderella.
But the mice won't sing for her.
They would scream and run.
No, they go into her nasty, filthy apartment to like pick up a piece of cat poop and like a little piece of a Taco Bell wrapper or something, and like peace out. Now, Cecilia's heart did break for Cindy in all of her tales of woe.
I mean, they are truly pitiful tales. And I think if she stuck to one, it would be believable.
No, she's got all the stories.
Exactly, which is just what makes it so insane.
And Cecilia tried not to give unsolicited advice. Nobody wants that shit.
Yeah, true.
Besides, Cecilia has her own complicated relationships with her family. And she had caught Cindy in some whoppers here and there. Much like David, she doesn't confront, she doesn't cajole, she just lets it live. But she knows that, like, time, hurt feelings, and things like that can muddy one's perceptions of your memories.
Yeah.
And she knows how messy it could be dealing with family. So while Cecilia felt that Cindy's telling the truth about being abused, she wonders, was it really that bad?
Yeah.
But
I mean, yeah.
But she does believe that she was abused. She just doesn't believe every single story.
Yeah.
Like, when Cindy told Cecilia that her parents didn't take her to treat her appendicitis until she was on the brink of death.
Oh, God.
And then, when they finally brought Cindy home from her appendectomy, her father wrapped a belt around his hand and beat her in her incision so that she wouldn't make a nuisance of herself.
Yeah.
I think she asked for ice chips one too many times or something.
Yeah.
And you
Something
beat her.
outrageous.
Right. And to drive it home, she showed Cecilia the appendectomy scar.
Look at my proof.
Which was keloided and pretty jagged looking.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if it was keloid and jagged because the surgeons did a bad job.
Mm.
That's just what appendix scars do.
Mm.
Or did Cindy picket this thing through the years?
Well, I know what I bet my money on.
Yeah. Cecilia began to suspect that something much darker was going on between Cindy and her family.
Ooh.
So when Cindy came over one day for a visit, Cecilia told her that, I've been thinking about you and your family, child.
Oh, God. Yes.
And hit Cindy with her suspicion that Cindy was in an incestuous relationship with her father.
Oh, my God. But that makes sense.
Bam! Hit me with your best shot.
I mean, considering, like, how disordered a person Cindy is, it would, like, to make someone, like, that crazy and unkempt, it would have to be something as, like, deep and dark and disgusting as, like, you're being essayed by your dad.
Cindy hit her. Or Cecilia. They're so interchangeable, these two.
I know, but she's like, I'm just made it make sense.
First, Cindy was shocked.
Yeah.
But she didn't say anything. Later that evening, Cecilia called David and asked him if Cindy's had to pay her father for the new apartment he was trying to set her up in.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy's family had just bought a fourplex.
Yeah.
And it was an investment property.
Mm-hmm.
And they were willing, yes, I know, Bruce, it's insane. But they're willing to give Cindy one of the 4 apartments in this building.
Sense.
And David is like, nah, Cindy can't pay nobody nothing. She ain't got no money.
Yeah, she can't keep a job for more than 2 days.
And that's when Cecilia told her boy that she suspected that Cindy had been raped.
Oh my God.
By her father as a child, and something may still be going on between father and daughter.
Oh. Oh my God.
She suspects it's still a very untoward relationship.
Man, she's really running with this.
And David's like, all right, I'll talk to Cindy. Oh. After getting off the phone with his mom, David asked Cindy about his mother's suspicions.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy was quiet for a bit. She did her Shirley Temple, toeing at the carpet with her toe.
Oh, God.
As she is wont to do.
Yeah, let me warm up to this lie a little bit.
And then she admitted that her father had raped her.
Oh, my God.
Throughout her childhood. Cindy said it started when she was 12.
Mm-hmm.
She was brushing her hair in the mirror, and her daddy came up behind her and told her what a good girl she was.
Oh my God, this is V.C. Andrews.
And then he started kissing on her.
Yeah.
And you can fill in the blanks in there.
Or not.
Either way, it's a lie, so...
Yeah, it's gross. It's such a gross
She
lie.
goes into some pretty detailed descriptions that I left out.
I don't doubt it. I would expect for someone as vile as her a play-by-play.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this has never occurred to her before, and now she's just really into it.
Like, she'll take it.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I've never thought of accusing him of that.
Cecilia served it up, and Cindy said, I'm gonna run like the wind.
Right?
Just lie again.
Man, vile. Just vile.
Cindy cried in David's arms as she told him the details of the abuse.
Oh.
Every few minutes, she would stop herself and look up and go, but I'm a good girl. I'm a good girl.
Oh my God.
Right? I'm still a good girl. David, tell me that I'm a good girl.
Oh my God. What a strange and fucked up game.
Cecilia called it right the first time. Grade F ham actress.
Yes.
And this is when it all clicked for David.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Cindy always called him Daddy during sex.
Oh my God.
This is why she's so jumpy around men.
Oh my God.
Through the abuse, James Campbell had convinced his daughter that only sex with him was right and proper.
Oh my God.
And sex with any other man that's not her father
Mm-hmm.
makes you bad girl.
Oh God. Ugh. That is so disturbing.
You know, David didn't have to jump through that hoop.
He really didn't, but but when you're rationalizing this amount of crazy,
And I've never seen somebody want to be a captain save a hoe so fucking bad.
man, he's dedicated.
He wants to save all the hoes.
He does. He's on a mission.
If he could start a farm for wayward hoes, I swear, oh God. All these hoes have run away from something, and I've provided them all shelter.
Sanctuary.
Yes, that is what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to be like his own personal hoe rescue.
Yes. 304 Ranch.
Oh, that was a good one. The 304 Ranch. That's what you gotta call it.
Yeah.
As Cindy spoke, David thought about how his mother's own abuse had made her such a good judge of human nature.
Oh my God.
Information that she had passed on to David
Yeah.
by telling him stories of her own trauma.
Oh,
Hashtag
dear.
inappropriate, lady.
Yeah. Ugh. Oh my God.
I was in my 40s before I heard any of the fucked up shit that my parents went
Right?
through.
As it should be.
They weren't telling me this shit as a child.
Right? Raising me on it.
Right?
Oh my God. Men are predators.
One of Cecilia's stories still gave David nightmares.
Oh my God.
Set the scene.
Oh God. Okay.
According to Cecilia, she was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
She was walking home at night. Saddle shoes, blind wool skirt. It's the 50s, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that sounds right.
When a man pulled up beside her.
Uh-oh.
When she looked into his car, the man was masturbating violently.
Oh God. Ugh.
A white cloth dripping in blood wrapped around his member.
Ugh.
As he got out of the car and started chasing young Cecilia as he masturbated, mumbling strange incantations.
Incantations. Oh my God. Wow.
That story gives David nightmares. He is 26 years old.
Yeah.
How many times did she tell that story between birth and now?
God, for it to be burned into his mind so bad he has literal nightmares about
Yes. He's nightmares
man
of
chasing
mother.
his mother.
Being chased down the street by some dude with a bloody stump dick. Like,
I know, right? Therapy all around, I say. No, therapy for Cecilia and David. Captivity for Cindy.
Well, you know, she tried therapy, but they kept coming on to her.
I didn't say therapy, I said captivity.
The captors would come on to her. And she wouldn't be able to stay.
That's what solitary's for. Putting you in a padded room, ma'am.
Yes, through his mother's suffering, David knew all too well how evil people could be.
Mm-hmm.
But now that the secret was out, the incest is all Cindy wants to talk about. Oh, she's running with it now.
God. Ew.
She's running with it.
Oh, God. New toy.
David tried telling her that he could not handle hearing about this stuff.
Yeah.
because it's gross. And it also makes him jealous.
What? Ugh. Oh,
yeah.
no. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Squick. I'm officially squicked out.
He's jealous.
Of her dad.
Yeah.
And, oh, this is so much dysfunction. This is... VC Andrews is like, ugh. This is great. Even Marquita San is like, no. No.
Oh, yeah. He's jealous.
Don't bond like this.
He's
Not
jealous
like
of her
this.
father.
Ugh.
Not only did she ignore him and just keep talking about everything, and then she started talking about how her mother had known what was going on from the beginning, and part of the abuse was because mother saw Cindy as a sexual and a romantic rival, and not as a daughter.
Oh my God. Sick.
Mm-hmm.
So sick.
David kept trying to back Cindy off the subject because it's fucking disgusting. Also, he's jealous.
Yeah.
He's like, I get it. Okay. It's horrible and fucked up. And she's like, I don't think you get it at all. He's like, babe, please. It is too painful for me as your man to listen to tales of you suffering.
Yeah.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
The pain. I'm a human with empathy.
Yeah.
And I care for you. And please stop. Because now it's painful for me.
Yeah.
I'm reliving your shit.
Yeah.
And she's like, no, you don't get it, David. Because if you did, you would understand that my father is my son Michael's father.
Oh my God.
Bum.
Disgusting.
Full VC Andrews trifecta.
Man. I don't know. No. No, I think even VC Andrews. I think even the Habsburgs are like, stop.
With their jaw. Oh, that's just disgusting.
That's too much. Cousins is one thing.
Yes. Her son's father is his grandfather. After Cindy has come clean about the incest
Clean. She's never come clean about anything.
Well,
This is a new filthy lie.
David feels that she has come clean.
He is very gullible. Well, this is his, like, pale and tragic princess.
Yes.
He's just deep into the fantasy.
Nobody's ever made him feel like this that wasn't mother.
Oh, God, it's so sick.
Wanted,
Just
needed.
when I think we've dealt with one sick mama's boy, you bring me, like, a sicker one.
Oh, there's more of them out there. Especially since, David West is a trailblazer.
Yeah?
He was
You're right.
He was a red pill inseller before we even knew what those things were.
Exactly.
Before the internet.
This is almost like pre-fan fiction.
Yes.
This is like deep.
He's a white knight incel
Yeah.
red pillar.
He's the prototype.
Before the Matrix.
Yes. He was mimeographing his newsletter.
Right. Now Cindy, after coming clean about her family,
Yes.
thought that David and his family would reject her.
Because she's a flower in the attic.
Oh, she's so filthy dirty. Because she's been with her father.
Yeah.
But Cindy was shocked to find, instead, the stories of incest were not a source of rejection. They drew David and his family closer
They were a source.
into her orbit.
They're a source of fascination.
Yes.
Jeez, these people deserve each other.
By this time, Cindy and David have been together about 6 months.
God.
Doesn't take long, does it?
No, man, this cult is forming quick.
I mean, Eisenhostenkopf took, what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, true.
It took 3 weeks to get 2 idiots to go with him and help him kill his wife.
No.
Some of these psychos work quick.
They do. Man. Living together before you're even dating.
Right?
Before she's even a full-fledged project.
Right. Now, at this point, Cindy has almost never looked better.
I believe it.
The transformation is transforming.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's lost some pounds.
Yes.
I think she was like 160 at her heaviest.
Yeah.
David helped get her down to about 125, 130.
Oh, not bad.
So as she's losing it, you know, she is only like 24, 25. So as she drops the weight, the titties get firmer.
Yeah.
They get lifted.
And you showed me a picture. She was stacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would definitely be slim thick.
Yes. And not a bad looking lady.
No.
If you didn't know.
It's like if you didn't feel the crazy coming off of her,
and the ick.
she wouldn't. Well,
You would be like, oh, she's cute.
and then you get a whiff, and you're like, never mind. Because even though she's never looked better, she's styling herself, she's brushing her hair, she's doing her makeup, she's lost some weight. She still prefers to douse herself in perfume and powder to bathing.
Hey, that is unfortunate.
Very.
That is an unfortunate choice.
She also still thinks that penetrative sex is nasty.
She's such a liar.
Unless, of course, it's with father.
Oh, God, stop.
That's the only hug. Because I'm a good girl, aren't I, David? I'm still a good girl, aren't I? Cindy's profound daddy issues
Lord. Manufactured.
still bother David.
Yeah.
But if you let him tell it, Cindy has become sexually sensitive to him.
Mm-hmm.
Let David tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
All he needs to do is fix Cindy with an intense, sexy, not same eye-colored stare.
Yeah.
And when he hits her with that sexy stare,
Yeah.
she comes.
Oh my God.
Even Bruce was like, shut the fuck up.
Right. That is so. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah. And she would drive it home because he hit her with the BAM! Sexy.
That's just mean.
And then Cindy starts rolling her eyes back in her head. And it's like,
Oh my God. This is like two virgins. This is just.
and then she starts this like full body orgasm
I
hullabaloo.
Getting very Pentecostal up here, feeling the spirit. Talking tongues.
Sexy stare.
Blue steel.
Trinachondria steel. What the fuck is it called again when your two eyes are different colors?
Oh, tetrachroma.
Yeah, tetrachroma steel.
Tetrachroma steel.
You got one brown eye, one blue eye. Tetrachroma steel.
It's just so sad. This is the most virginal thing I've ever heard of. But
I don't know.
Looking at me.
I don't know what's dumber. The fact that he thinks that she's that sensitive to him,
Right?
or the fact that he believes her full body orgasm act.
My God. It's like when raging self-regard means a shameless need to be fantastic. Weirdos in love.
Man.
Weirdos in love. Squishing and squicking and being all moist on each other. Ugh.
What do they call it on... I was watching Righteous Gemstones the other day. Mashing pubes.
Ew! Yes, that's what it is.
They've been mashing pubes.
All
right, hold on. Now, for his part, this isn't just sex for David. No.
What is it?
After years of failed romance and rejection,
Yeah.
all David wants is an old-fashioned sitcom romance.
Oh, Jesus.
And while she never said it out loud, David felt Cindy wanted the same.
The sitcom was Monty Python's Flying Circus.
They're not cool enough for cutout animation.
But that's how we would make our escape.
Right? The way David felt when he walked into a bar or wherever with Cindy on his arm and one of his pit bulls on a leash.
Good God.
He trains pit bulls.
Those poor pitties.
I know.
Was he kind to them?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
All right. One redeeming quality.
He does love his dogs.
Okay, good.
So there is that.
I was a little concerned.
But, Cindy's looking good now. She's not smelling good. Never smells good.
Yeah.
But she's looking good.
Yes.
So he's got a hot girl on one arm,
Yeah.
a badass dog on a leash,
Yeah.
and he's walking into a bar or a cafe, and people are looking.
How dare he judge his changing neighborhood when you're walking in with that project and your dog on a leash into a bar?
Yeah, or a cafe, or wherever they're going.
Yeah. It's like, how dare you?
He just likes that. When he does that, he feels bigger than all the oil men in the suburbs in that moment. He is bigger than big.
And if only he were harmless, I would let him have it.
Right? If only he wasn't an idiot.
Yeah.
I would let him have it.
Gullible to an even bigger idiot.
Now, David didn't want to end up in a loveless relationship like his parents.
Fair.
In later interviews, David would say his parents' relationship felt like a 30-year endurance contest of eccentric indifference.
You know what? They made it work for them.
I'm just like an endurance contest of eccentric indifference.
He did come from academics.
Damn.
Right?
It's like I can just imagine how weird and cold,
Yeah.
yet incredibly loving.
I know. Everyone with their own little hobby room.
Yeah.
Never speaking to other people except the kid.
Right, well,
Barely then.
But David was never indifferent to the women in his life. No.
If only he was a little more indifferent.
David worshipped women in a way that most men his age, or most men in general, do not understand. Because most men are healthy.
Yes, true. No matter how sick our society is, we tend to be healthy in it.
And he wasn't a pig when it came to sex. No. David was always patient and kind sexually. He got his fair share. He did I. He felt he didn't need to push. It's almost his only redeeming quality. If he wasn't so dumb about it.
Yeah.
Even the whores and the sleazy bitches that he would pick up on the bars on occasion, he would be sexually patient.
Yeah.
And kind. Even though he thought they were whores.
Yeah.
The way David saw it, even sleazy bitches were women. And all women needed to be protected.
Wow.
Even when they're sleazy bitches.
Man. It's like, dude.
It's like...
I don't know. It's like you want so bad to be a good dude, but it just comes off as way too much and so unhelpful.
Right?
It's like,
just tamp it down a bit.
Exactly. Captain Save a Hoe, if there was ever one.
And what's funny is, none of these hoes want to be saved.
Right?
He's like, can I save you? They're like, no, thank you.
And the one who wants to be saved doesn't need to be saved.
Nor does she deserve it.
No, by no means.
David and Cindy had decided that college was not for them.
I think college agreed.
Yes. That campus was happy to be
They
rid of them.
rejoiced.
Fucking crazy Cindy and David. Their only regret is with David not spending as much time on campus. Who is going to bring them beer?
Yeah, true.
That is their only regret. Other than having a gopher to get them beer and weed, they could give a shit.
We're going to have to find a new old weirdo.
Right? So with his inheritance running low, David got a job as an iron worker's assistant.
Oh, hey.
Which I was like, really?
I know. Not what I would have expected.
I know iron workers. Man.
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a modern day blacksmith.
They are an interesting lot.
Yes.
The heights almost killed him. Working 70 stories up.
That is hard.
So, I think I've said this before on the show. The honey badger is an iron worker.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they're up there on the beams, sometimes he sends me videos from work and he's doing like TikTok dances and he's 50 bajillion feet in the air and I'm like, stop it. This is not a Harlem Shake moment.
Yeah.
Quit it.
I mean, that's one of the reasons that position's so well paid, because it's like just having the ability to stand being that high up and not be like a constant quivering mess.
Man.
It literally, like, you can do it or you can't. And a lot of people can't.
I know some of the men that can, and God bless.
Yeah.
And if any of them are listening, because I know sometimes y'all motherfuckers do, quit doing those goddamn dances.
Your family loves you.
60 stories in the air. The world is a lot more interesting with a lot of you in it.
Exactly.
And I demand no TikTok dances in the sky.
Right?
Only on the ground.
Even when you're tethered. Cut it out.
No, they won't listen to me and they'll keep doing it.
Yeah. They'll just cackle harder and go harder at it. Yeah.
Pretty much. My fear tickles them.
Yeah.
But David thugged it out and made his money. Eventually he got used to it, or as used to it as one
Good for him.
can be.
Yeah.
I submit one should never get too used to that.
I know.
When he wasn't at work, the house was sitcom perfect. After a long day, Cindy would greet him at the door with a cold beer in one hand,
Yeah.
his cigarette,
Oh my god.
ask him how his day was,
Oh my god.
rub his shoulders, rub his feet.
Peggy Bundy before the disappointment set in.
Yes.
But Peggy was always hot for Al.
Weirdly.
I know. That was like one aspect I forgot about the show until I saw it
yeah.
again recently. Like how she was always begging for sex from Al.
She
Yeah.
she was hot for him.
She's, please, like, just pay attention to me.
Because neither one of them ever mentally left high school.
No. Ever.
Oh, speaking of Married with Children, it was so funny. The TikTok temporarily lost its mind when they found out that Ed O'Neill's daughter is black.
Oh.
Well, she's biracial.
Yeah.
Her mother is black.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Everybody was like, what?
Yeah.
His real daughter?
Yeah.
It's like, yes.
Ha ha ha.
Him and Bobby D.
Nice.
But don't let all this sitcom romance fool you.
Yeah.
David West is a pure, grade A, white knight asshole. Once, when his downstairs tenant complained that the drunk across the street was catcalling his wife, David went across the street and beat the old drunk unconscious.
God. Dude.
Later, he would say that people like that had no manners and they weren't raised right. And if their parents wouldn't spank them, then maybe David had to do it and teach them a lesson.
God. David.
In another incident, Cindy told David that she'd seen a white van drive down their block 10 times.
Yeah?
Somebody was probably lost.
Probably.
David got his .38 revolver.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And when the van came back down the street the 11th time,
Yeah.
he stood in the middle of the street like Dirty Harry squeezed off 2 shots.
God. Ding dong.
Nobody was hurt. At least, if anybody was hurt, it was not reported.
Yeah.
Nobody was hurt. Nobody was killed. Thank fuck. But, seriously? Don't do that. No. And that van never came back.
That is it. Man, could she pick him, though? You said she liked him because she thought, oh, he'll beat people up for me.
Yeah.
Man, she could just sniff that out.
She knew.
She did. That is eerie.
Crazy finds crazy.
Crazy pinpoints crazy. That is...
This is why Jamie moved. This is why Jamie took her down as the fucking Nashville.
Yeah.
Knoxville, one of them. She went to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Help me understand your plan. She was like, fuck you.
God, I love that song.
Tennessee. She got the fuck up out of Dodge.
Good old Rocky Top.
Right? And the hug Cindy gave David after he shot at random people driving down the street made him feel... Fuck it, he was King Kong. He would pick you up and throw you 1,000,000 miles. What?
Oh my god, she must have been dripping wet. He's doing it. I found the ultimate minion.
They walked in the house, there was a slug trail behind me.
Oh god. Yeah.
But David West had never felt so needed and wanted.
Jesus.
Not even his mother has made him feel that good.
Ugh. Oh, why do you have to say it like that? Yeah.
Because it's true. The only other person that's ever made him feel loved and appreciated and accepted is his mother.
Oh my god. Mother.
And not even she has made him feel as good as Cindy made him feel after he fired random shots at a stranger.
Oh my god. Now, if only these people would, shut themselves up in their duplex and just have their weird sex games inside.
Quit going out and showing it to the rest of us.
No. Ugh. Don't get it on us. Ew.
Now, even though he was working, David had fallen behind on his $350 mortgage.
Oh my god.
I'm just going to sit here.
In the throat.
I'm just going to sit here real quiet for a minute and think about what it would be like to have a mortgage that's only $350. I'll be right back.
I hate you, Reagan Burnenhau.
$350. He's an iron worker.
I know.
I'm going to assume that he's union. So he's making anywhere from 30 to... No, he's an apprentice, so he's probably making about $30, maybe $40 an hour if he's in a union, even as an apprentice. Yeah. And you can't do $350?
I know, right? What are you spending it on?
Beer, guns, Nazi memorabilia. Dumb shit.
You know what? No. Nazi memorabilia deserves to reside in a hoard. In a nasty, hoarded house.
In a dilapidated duplex.
Yeah, I want that armband to get mildewy.
Did I ever tell you that one time I was at a comic convention and I saw the secret Nazi guy sell the swastika arm badge?
Yeah.
And here's what was funny about it.
Yeah.
So I'm standing next to the booth of the Nazi guy. So I'm at one booth, Nazi dude's right next door.
Yeah.
The booth that I was at, there wasn't really anything that I wanted, but I was milling around because Enter Sandman had come on. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted to listen to the song.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm rocking out, do, 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 do. And I look to my right, and I see the guy at the next booth sliding the Nazi armband to his customer, and the customer handing him money, and the three of us lock eyes.
Sleep with one eye open.
And nobody says anything, but we all know that we have all seen something that we weren't supposed to see.
Exit life.
And then we all put our heads down and kept it pushing.
You know, back when they knew to be ashamed.
We just, because you know that guy is always there.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
But you never actually see him in action. Because if you're a normal person, you don't know the password.
Exactly.
For that type of
and
shit.
you're not looking for it.
No, but it was just hilarious that all three of us were like, shit.
Caught. Super double caught. Super triple caught.
All three of us looking like deer in headlights, but for completely different reasons.
Yep.
And then the Nazi made his purchase, the Nazi booth owner collected his cash, and we all looked down at our feet.
Yeah.
None of us wanted to continue with whatever just happened.
Yes, life goes on.
Right? So, since David couldn't keep up with his mortgage, he had to go to Mother.
Oh. Mother, I need to suckle.
And the old woman refused to co-sign on a check to get him caught up.
Really? Little tough love? What's going on here?
Well, that just means David has to manhandle his mother.
Oh.
Yeah. He grabbed Cecilia by the shoulder, shook the shit out of her.
Oh.
She was like standing on a step stool and she's like, well, I'm sorry, David. I can't co-sign that check for you.
Mm.
And he grabbed her off the step stool and just grabbed her by her shoulders and started shaking her.
Oh my God.
He shook her so hard she hit her head.
Oh my God, you can really hurt someone like that.
She hit her head on the cabinet.
Mm.
And he's screaming at her to sign it. And his ain't shit daddy just comes into the room and said, well, she's not signing anything now. She's stunned.
Yeah.
Look at her. She hit her head.
Yeah.
It stunned her. She can't sign shit.
Yeah.
And David left.
God. Oh, trash.
It wasn't the first or the last time that David had abused his mother for money.
Mm.
He's done it before.
Mm.
He'll do it again. And every time he does it, he comes back the next day or within a few hours. He's very contrite.
Mm.
He's very apologetic.
Classic pattern.
And then he gets his money.
Mm.
His father never steps in to stop him.
Mm.
Matter of fact, he's one of those boys that wants to fight his father.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some attention, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to fight his dad.
Yeah.
And Duval, his father, is like, no, violence is the last bastion of the unintellectual or some stupid shit like that.
Just smart enough to not want to fight.
Honestly, David thinks that if him and his father would have fought it out, like men, like manly men,
Yeah.
he thinks it would have brought them closer together. Fighting your father apparently is a bonding.
Like I said, it's some attention. I mean, his dad would have to care about him enough to do it.
Also, you're really just going to sit there and let your son manhandle your wife like that?
Yeah.
He
doesn't care. Like, this guy is like, he is just coasting through life. He's married because it's what you do.
Eccentric indifference, girl. Eccentric indifference. And despite all of this, David is happy with the life that him and Cindy are creating.
Oh, God.
And the only thing keeping their life from being perfect is David's jealousy about Cindy's dad.
That is, so fucking twisted.
I mean, yeah, when the abuse started, Cindy was a kid. But it had gone on for years. Well into her teens. Mm-hmm. Could even still be going on. How did David know that they still didn't have a thing?
Ew.
And it made him angry and sick. Jealousy.
That's so twisted.
Jealousy. Hey, jealousy.
I know. This guy needed the internet.
No, he didn't.
I don't know. I feel like if he'd spend a little more time commenting on the internet instead of, like, fantasizing about, like, hate fucking his girlfriend's dad, the world would be a better place. Because this is weird. It's like, who do you want? Kill me, daddy. Beat me, daddy. Fuck me, daddy. Just, man. And Cindy's just the vessel through which he's working out these daddy issues. I thought he had mommy issues.
He's got both.
He's got parent issues.
Yeah.
He's issued all the issues.
He's got a subscription, girl.
Yes.
Fuck
he's the
issues.
paper boy for this issue.
He
distributes.
he has a solid subscription every week.
In publishing house. Yeah.
Every week an issue shows up. They play grab ass and make fuck in the straight boy way. But yeah, he's jealous of his girlfriend's non-existent incestuous relationship with her father.
I feel like if he had gone into the confession booth, like the priest would burst out of the side just so fast, and he'd just into splinters. Like there's not enough acts of contrition. Oh dear, I'm sorry. I gotta stop making you laugh.
No, you'll just have a lot of coughing to cut.
I know, right?
Oh boy. Okay. Still, there were days when Cindy's stories didn't make sense. I would say that's every day.
But hey, it's a glimmer of sanity.
She said her father had sired her oldest son, only to change it and say that it was the younger son when David asked if she was in Tulsa when the older son was conceived. Both children belonged to that Michael Ray guy.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Cindy would act hurt. Oh, wounded.
Yeah.
To the core. When David didn't believe her, and in those moments, David would back off and tell himself, trauma makes your memory bad. I mean,
he's not giving up that fantasy for shit.
I mean, there's some truth to that, but not in the way he's thinking.
No, he's just like, no, keep the fantasy alive.
Then one day, David told Cindy that if someone's doing all this stuff to me, molesting me, raping me, messing with my head, I'd just kill him. David expected the statement to shock Cindy into silence. And she just looked at him blankly. I don't know how.
Right.
Jeannie.
Yes?
Everybody in this story is fed up, sick, and tired.
Yeah, hopefully with themselves as well.
It's 1981. And Jamie Campbell is over it.
Good for you, Jamie. Out in Tennessee.
Yep. She had been the main focus of Cindy's abuse for years. She's done, and that's when she moved to Tennessee.
Yay.
Cindy's relationship with her parents is also strained at this stage in the game. Friends and family had been telling James in Virginia for years, decades even, that Cindy needed punishment and not handouts.
Well, usually I'm against that. Like, in my opinion, help is better than, punishment. But, yeah, in her case, give it a try.
And James is finally starting to agree.
Oh, hallelujah.
And with that, James cut Cindy off. He's done.
Wow.
But now, if Cindy wants something, she has to harass Virginia for it. That poor little slip of a hunchback.
Yeah.
She's built like a parentheses.
Yeah.
But she also sounds cute as a button.
Yeah.
It's summer 1981. And Cindy is down to 127 pounds.
Wow.
And let everybody tell it, she is a stone cold knockout. Still stinks.
Yeah.
She looks great until you get up on her.
Yeah.
And then you catch a whiff of that cloying... I don't know why I imagine she wears white diamonds.
Oh, yeah. That seems... Yeah, it seems very her.
Like in the 80s, White Diamonds wasn't an old lady perfume yet.
No.
It was like the height of Macy's.
Yes.
But David is pleased with his creation. But some of her newfound confidence had led Cindy to questioning David's directions and decisions. He does not like that.
Uh-oh.
Once, David had bragged to a bunch of his coworkers about how he had transformed Cindy. That's right, the David West transformation.
Yeah.
Then when he introduced her to some coworkers, she embarrassed the fuck out of him by eating 2 double cheeseburgers, fries, and slamming a large Coke.
Oh my god.
After he spent the whole day hyping up
Yeah. She just stuffs her face.
the fitness program that he had her on and all that shit.
Buy my program. Like the Hamburglar.
Right? Cindy hadn't worked a day since she walked off that security job a few months before.
Oh, yeah.
And David knew that if Cindy's transformation into an adult, not just a hot woman that he wants to fuck, an actual adult,
Yes.
a self-sustaining person,
Yeah.
it was never going to be complete if she didn't find and keep full-time work.
True.
But anytime David brought it up with Cindy, she hit it with excuses. Weak, childish excuses. I don't have time. I don't know what to do. Any excuse that your average 17-year-old would
Yeah.
give. And then when David pushed back, she would, "You're picking on me, David."
Oh my god. Brat.
All of this was making David wonder if the relationship was on the downswing. So he backed off to keep her from leaving like all the rest.
Yeah, true.
At this point, Cindy is his lone source of self-esteem.
Oh god.
He didn't have any before her.
True, but it's still sad.
It's weird. He has no self-esteem, yet he holds himself in high regard.
Yeah. Those contradictions strangely go very well together.
Yeah.
When you need outside validation, you do not think very highly of yourself.
No. But to think that you know enough about positive conditioning
I
to
know.
train somebody to be an adult
But you feel like you should be somebody.
means that you hold yourself in high regard.
I know. It's so weird.
But Cindy tested his patience daily as she wore her clothes for days on end.
Ooh.
Her hygiene is slipping again. At least before he could get her to bathe like every other day,
Yeah.
maybe 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Now she's back to nothing.
Obstinate bitch.
She just
I bet it's a reaction to him bugging her to get a job.
probably.
Mm-hmm.
She never cleaned. And she spent her days sitting around the house, watching TV, smoking, and drinking all these booze. What a life.
Right? Oh, like a bug.
Yeah.
He's a parasite.
Yeah. Once, she almost killed David's dog after she fed him caviar.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Caviar? Yeah. What?
Yes.
Why do they have caviar?
Because she took his money and she bought caviar.
That is so... What a childish thing to do. That is such baby brain.
When David explained to her that the dogs cannot secrete salt, hence that's why caviar is so bad for them, almost sent the poor thing into renal failure.
Oh.
Dogs can't do salt like that.
Yeah.
Her answer was to say, "Next time I'll get salt-free caviar."
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Y'all
Caviar.
can't see me rubbing my temples because just saying that out loud made my head hurt.
I know, right? It doesn't make sense.
Next time I'll get sodium-free. He should have just punched her in the throat.
Yeah, save your dogs.
When David got on Cindy about cleaning, the least you like, can you do that?
Yeah. Just pick up after yourself.
Please?
Yeah, something.
Ask me what she said.
What did she say?
I forgot.
Oh, God. That is a pathetic excuse.
She's a child.
Yes.
That is a child's excuse.
Yeah, that is, like, extreme Arrested Development.
The only thing even more childish is if she was, like, trying to unload the dishwasher 2 minutes before he walked in the house.
It would be something.
I had done that a bunch of times as a kid, though. That's supposed to have a chore done before my parents came home.
Yeah.
Running in the house at a quarter till. Trying to get, like, the dishwasher unloaded and the floors vacuumed and the kitchen mopped in, like, 8 minutes.
Yeah. Hey, I bet he would have been delighted to have that amount of effort.
Right? Mm-hmm. So to take the edge off, David and his buddy Chuck decided that they were going to put together a comedy act.
Oh my God. Okay.
Because that'll fix it.
Right? What?
David would do the sound effects. Mm-hmm. All the time.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
All the Star Trek. Mm-hmm. Bloop, bloop. Swoosh.
Yes.
Apparently he's very good, but those are the only Star Trek sound effects I can think of. Mm-hmm. The swishing of the door.
Yeah.
The...
Like a pew, pew.
Yeah.
Like the pew-pews.
Yeah. But apparently he's quite good. And of course, when David's doing sound effects, Chuck would do the actual jokes. Mm-hmm. This project inspired Cindy to try her hand at stand-up as well.
Oh my God. She's funny.
David did not want Cindy trying to break into stand-up. He knew that
Dave, it's a job.
No. He knew that she could be funny. Mm-hmm. But that was in very specific circumstances. Mm-hmm. Small gatherings of friends.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Cecilia.
Yeah.
With, like, her one friend from art school.
Yeah. It's different when you're on a stage in front of strangers.
Right.
Just talking.
And he was afraid that if she were to bomb, it would kill what little left self-esteem she had built up. He also didn't want a room full of drunk comedy club dudes staring at his woman.
Yeah. Can't have it.
It's like he was right for like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Gotta fuck it up.
Yeah.
But Cindy insisted, and that was when David laid it out for her. Cindy, you can't hold a job, you can't stay in school, and you can't even keep the house clean.
Nope.
You don't got the discipline to write and develop and perform a stand-up comedy routine.
Facts. Yeah.
You can't. You just, you, as a human.
Yeah.
Cannot.
Yeah.
And the next day, when David came home from work, Cindy was gone.
Oh no, abandonment.
Ah! Oh, Cindy's on her own.
All by herself.
Kind of.
She should be.
As on her own as she will ever get.
She should stay that way. She won't, but she should.
So when Cindy left David, she called her buddy Gwen. Gwen had once been one of Cindy's art teachers, and the pair remained friends.
Oh, okay.
There's a whole saga. They like to hang out in Gwen's dark room and drink and, and kick it, joke around, whatever.
Yeah.
Gwen offered to let Cindy stay with her for a while because she was trying to escape David.
Mm-hmm.
And Gwen is happy to help. She never understood what Cindy saw in David. He's mean, he's stupid, abusive, possessive.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
But hey, you're leaving. That's good. Happy to help.
Yeah.
While staying with Gwen, Cindy never missed a chance to trash talk David. Once Cindy said that David was so ugly, she could barely get her food down when she ate with him.
Oh my God, Cindy.
So Gwen's like, if it's that bad, why do you eat with them? Ask me what Cindy said.
What did she say?
I'm hungry.
Oh God.
I mean, that's probably true, but I'm just like...
It's so simple. Yeah, she's so simple-minded sometimes.
Cindy said that she only liked oral sex with David because she would rather look at his taint than his face.
Valid. I feel this is valid.
And it's probably true. Remember, she's only there because she wants a thug.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean that in all due reference.
Exactly.
Not like
that's what she wants.
Not like in the cool hip hop way.
Mm-mm.
Not in the cool Indiana Jones thuggy cult kind of way.
Mm-mm.
Like she wants a street tough.
Yeah.
A thug. A hooligan.
Yes. To do exactly as she says.
Yeah. She wants a little guard dog on a leash.
Yes.
And that's what he's good for.
Truly.
Rather look at his taint.
Also, there's his come stairs.
I gotta get him with the cum stairs.
Tetrachrome steel.
It's like, I read that, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
I know. It is so weird.
That's the kind of
Why
shit...
would you ever admit that? One of them had to, reveal that.
David did.
Of course.
So, the book that I read, that I did to research this, it's called Cold Kill.
Okay.
By Greg Olson.
Go Greg.
And a lot of this is taken from David's POV because Cindy, once everything goes down, Cindy just don't talk.
Smart.
Like, there are no interviews with Cindy, nothing like that. So this is all coming...
She had the right to remain silent.
So this is all got to be coming from David.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Gwen was happy to be helping a friend get out of a shitty relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But having Cindy in her house was a nightmare for her family. Gwen's hubby, Don, said that Cindy was too sexual around their 15-year-old son.
Ooh, that is a problem.
She never bothered to cover up.
Oh my God. Ooh.
She is walking around these people's house, booty butt naked.
Oh my God. That is so, ugh. Yeah.
Like, not around the house per se, but like, she gets out of the shower, she's not putting on a robe or a towel or just getting dressed in the bathroom.
Mm-hmm. Just walking naked down the hallway.
Right.
Yikes.
She gets dressed, she doesn't bother to close the door.
God. Ew.
In front of their 15-year-old son.
Yeah. That poor kid. Mm.
Now, in the book, Gwen's son is described as being sexually precocious. I think he's probably a normal 15-year-old.
Yes. Yeah.
Because if there's some big titty... If I'm a 15-year-old boy, and there's some big titty bitch walking around butt booty naked, yes.
Right?
I'm looking.
Dude, I remember being a 15-year-old girl around a cute guy. Dressed.
Looking.
Yeah. If there was a grown man in my house who was attractive when I was a 15-year-old girl, I would think nothing else but him.
Right, and I would be peeking around all them corners.
Yeah.
Looking to get into all them nooks and crannies. What else you got?
Exactly.
What else can
Teenagers are degenerates without control.
They
can't help it, bless them. That's why we need to act like adults around them at all times.
Right. They can be such sweet perverts.
Yeah. They're new. They're brand new.
But they are perverts.
Yes.
Because they don't know any better. and they haven't dialed in their kinks yet.
Yeah.
You know?
And they're just raging hormones.
Right, so she's just going around these people's house butt booty naked.
Ugh.
In front of their kids.
Gross. Awful. Cindy. Blech.
So it goes without saying that Gwen was happy when Cindy said she was moving into David's downstairs apartment.
Thank God.
Once back at David's, Cindy decided she needed to sell everything she owned in a yard sale to raise cash for a nose job.
Wow. That is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Did she really want a nose job?
Yeah, she gets one.
Oh, wow.
She wants to, so the pictures you've seen of her are pre-nose, or post-nose job, obviously. But, she, before her nose job, she had like a little bulbous tip.
Okay.
On the end of her nose that she wanted to slender out and make it a little less Bob Hope.
Okay, he got it. Yeah.
With that tip
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
Make it a little more turned up, a little cute.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she looked fine, I suppose, before, but hey, if you like it, I love it. David would not help with the yard sale. Girl, one of the things that she sold was the $300 tricycle that he bought her that she crashed.
Yeah, that's right.
Technically, this isn't even yours to sell. But whatever. She sells everything she owns. David's not going to help, but at every but he hovers.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to help.
Yeah, but he is supervising, kind of.
But he's just looking around.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And never misses a chance to call Gwen a fat pig.
Oh,
or a
what did
whore.
Gwen do?
Or a cow. She helped Cindy leave him.
What? Well, I mean...
Cindy left David and went straight to Gwen.
Yeah.
He thinks that Cindy leaving him is Gwen's fault.
That's so batty. But, like, Cindy's back.
But the fact that she left in the first place, he has decided is Gwen's fault somehow.
Mm.
So Gwen is a big fat cunt whore pig. Sounds like a South Park character.
It does.
Sounds like Bear Man Pig's wife is horse slut cow.
Yes.
Pig horse slut cow.
Yeah. There's no such thing as global warming.
Right? Cindy came up about $2,000 short for her nose job. I think it was like $4,000, $4,500.
Mm.
Her parents gave her the rest of the money.
Oh, God.
But she's abused. Stop it.
Yeah.
They mistreat her.
So much for that vow of cutting her off.
You know, Virginia.
I know.
Since
It's hard to cut a kid off anyway.
David and his family assume that paying for the nose job is her pervert's father.
Oh, yeah.
And his way of keeping his claws into Cindy's soft, nubile flesh.
Yes. Make her more attractive to me.
Yes. Fruit of my loin.
Yeah. The conspiratorial mind can always find a new reason.
These people are batshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I firmly believe that Cecilia West is the Cindy of her family.
Yeah.
In every way.
Yeah.
I bet you she's just as problematic.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you she's just as bratty.
Mm-hmm.
But she strikes me more as a vulnerable narcissist.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But she's the Cindy of her family.
Yes.
Back at David's with a brand new nose, Cindy was starting to drink heavily and cause drunken scenes whenever they went out. At one party, David lost track of Cindy because he fell into a conversation where he was trying to explain to some poor unfortunate soul that the Nazis' means were bad, but their aims made sense.
Oh, fuck off.
Just let you sit there with that one for a minute.
No. Beat him for over 60 seconds. Oh my God.
So I said, some poor unfortunate soul got sucked into this conversation with him.
Indeed. Their aims were good. Suck my ass.
Thankfully, the conversation didn't devolve into something where David wanted to debate the existence of God.
Oh, boy.
During the conversation, somebody had said something along the lines of, not only the Nazis are evil, and it is not their place to play God.
Yes.
And David's like, well, which God? The Hindu God? The Baptist God? The Protestant God? The Catholic God? The Roman God? The Greek gods? Which gods? There's too many gods. Hindu God? Blah, 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 blah. Because he's a dyed-in-the-wool atheist. You know, from these disaffected intellectuals.
Yes, that's right.
That, thank God, he did not. They probably would have killed him.
Yeah, God is dead, we did it.
Once David had bored these poor people to death, he decided to make Cindy jealous by talking to other women at the party.
Ooh.
Strangely, everyone but Cindy is immune to his sex stare.
Oh! Could you imagine him like, oh, like, ew, ew. Could you imagine that weasel coming up to you and like throbbing his tetrachromic eyes at you?
You
Like,
know he
what?
thinks this shit works on everybody.
Right?
Cindy has made this idiot think he's got some sort of magic eye cum power.
Yeah.
So you know when he sleaze it on other women,
Yeah.
you know, putting his arm on their shoulder like he's the fucking Fonz.
Right?
And doing his, like, eye thing.
Yeah, give him the cockeye.
You know he thinks that, like, yeah, she's probably so wet because this is my sex stare.
Right?
Yeah.
She's struggling to hide it.
Uh-huh. Any minute, she's just gonna sploosh. Because my cum stare
Yeah.
is so strong. That's some fucking Danny McBride shit.
It is.
I am surprised I've not heard, like, a cum stare joke on, like, Righteous Gemstones or something.
And you would think on a show like that, with so much like hocus pocus faith healing shit,
Oh my
that
god.
a sex stare would be like top amongst the bag of tricks.
If you're not watching Righteous Gemstones, I don't know what you're doing with your time.
You're wasting your time.
Watch it. It is so funny. But this most recent episode of season 3 is 40 minutes of nonstop. Like, it has no business being as funny as it is. When you got Danny McBride, Adam Devine, and I forget the name of the lady that plays their sister, screaming, "Daddy came! Daddy came!" It's so funny.
Nice.
So funny.
Twisted.
But when he tried to catch Cindy's reaction, because, you know, he's trying to make her jealous, giving other people the come eye, he couldn't find her.
Oh.
So now he gotta stop giving other bitches the come eye,
Yeah.
and he has to find fucking Cindy. You know you can't leave this simple bitch on her own for too long.
Right?
She's gonna drink bleach, run into she's gonna see her reflection in the pool and drown. I don't know, but you can't leave. You can't leave this simple bitch by herself for too long.
Yeah.
Something bad's gonna happen to her.
Yes.
So he looks around the party. Finally, he gets to a back bedroom. And in that bedroom, he finds Cindy laying on the bed, surrounded by a bunch of men, ready to get fucking railed by like 5 guys.
Choo choo, it's a train.
Man,
Yeah.
come on, ride this train and ride it. If you feel like fucking, come on, it's up to you. Got the towel that keeps you going down. Train is coming through.
Oh my god. Oh.
Man,
That's what you get for trying to like cockeye. That is my cockeye. I will teach you. You don't teach me, I teach you.
oh, she was ready for it. Like, nobody was naked yet,
Yeah.
but it's clear that it was what was being discussed.
Oh my god.
Arrangements were being made.
Yeah.
It was about to go down.
Again, if this was like fiction, I would not believe it. I'd be like, no, this is too unbelievable. I don't buy it.
After this incident, David's pissed. He dragged Cindy out of his party. Cindy called her friend Gwen and said that David beat her. He did not.
Yeah.
He was upset for sure.
Yeah.
Probably shook the shit out of her.
Yeah. Or
But he
wanted
didn't hit her.
to.
Right.
Yeah.
This time, Gwen helped Cindy move into the apartment that her family owns, into that investment property.
Okay.
And she lives right across the hall from her grandma.
Okay.
Not the one that loved her, a different one. When David realizes that Cindy is gone for good, he calls Gwen's house and calls her everything but what her mother named her and a child of God.
Yeah.
Because this is her fault.
Yes, entirely.
Cindy would stay in her new apartment for about 2 weeks before returning to David's downstairs unit.
2 whole weeks, huh?
Somebody got to take care of her dumb ass. 2 whole weeks by herself. That attempted reconciliation would last for 1 week before Cindy went back to the apartment. David offered to help Cindy move, but in one of the silly... No, it's not a silly flex. It's a flex.
Yeah.
She's out to hurt his feelings.
Yes.
So David's helping. She's like, well, then fine. I'll help you move back to your apartment. It's not a problem, David. My parents will pay for my moving expenses.
Ooh. Daddy boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. The competition is helping her move.
Yes. The night that Cindy left him, when it was all said and done, David sat on his bed and he cried.
Oh my god.
Bet you was ugly too.
Yeah.
Ugly stank sobbing.
Right. Joni Mitchell playing in the background.
Right?
No, James Taylor.
Oh,
Let's be honest.
Moody Blues.
Yeah.
Now that they're no longer a couple, Cindy started showing up at the nightclub without David to the comedy's place. And men were taking notice.
Yeah.
One of the first guys to roll the dice on Cindy is a road comic named Steve.
Oh my god.
This comedy club is almost strictly amateurs.
Of course.
So Steve is on the very short list of people that rolls through there and actually gets money.
Yeah. And this is like before the comedy boom of the 80s. Like right before.
Yeah, like at the very early
Like
stages.
it hit like the mid 80s.
Oh God, what was that one that they used to show in A&E?
But Evening at the Improv.
Yes.
I loved that.
Still loved that show when I was a kid. Richard Klein.
Yes. That's where I
Oof.
first saw Tim Allen.
Right?
Yeah.
Back when he was on cocaine.
Yeah, back when he was hilarious.
Right, when he was on cocaine.
Yeah.
Steve dropped Cindy home after a show one night, and he liked her vibe.
Mm-hmm.
He said she was like crazy, spooky, hilarious.
I could see that. Also for a road comic? Yeah. She would, like, he's not going to be around for the real crazy shit.
No. Oh, he'll get his fair share of it. But he's not there to see her day to day.
Yeah.
When Steve walked Cindy to her door that night, he took note of the horrible, rotten, disgusting, very not good smell coming out of her apartment and thought something in the walls must have died.
Lord. That is very generous of him.
Oh, eventually it does get so bad that the other tenants start to call her parents to complain.
Yeah.
Because, like, now the whole building is starting to smell like her funk.
Oh, no. Yeah.
She's disgusting in there. Blech.
And they pay rent. She wouldn't pay shit.
Right? They only got 2 paying tenants in that building.
Oh, God.
It's a 4-plex.
Yeah.
So Cindy's in one unit, Grandma's in another, and 2 paying tenants.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
The next time Steve took Cindy home, they made out in her hallway. It was fun for about, 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
3 maybe.
Wow, that is a long stay for a comic.
He's locally world famous.
Oh, okay.
He's
so
not
he's kind of based out of there?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's not always at that club.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's based out of Houston.
Okay.
He hangs out at that club,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not always working when he's there.
Okay.
So it was fun for a little bit. But Steve noticed that Cindy was trying to pull him into her head games.
Mm.
She wanted him to step into this Prince Charming role and save her from Lord only knows what.
God.
And that's when Steve broke it off.
Good for him.
He didn't want to play a prince in Cindy's weirdo fantasy world.
Comics are crazy, but they're not that crazy.
They're not dumb.
No.
Except for Joe Rogan.
But he's a lousy comic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Only the dumb ones
Exactly.
are
he's like one of those, the only reason he is a successful comic is because he does not have stage fright. He can get up onto the 70th floor girder. He's a shit iron worker, but he can do it.
True story. He's one of those people. He was on one of my favorite shows of all time, and I barely remember that he was there.
I mean, yeah.
I know it is a fact.
Yeah.
But I can't give you one funny Joe Rogan line, not one funny part of the show that he was in. No funny interaction with him and Phil Hartman or the rest of the cast.
No. I only know one bit, but it's because I was obsessed with that show.
Yeah. Anyway. What I'm saying is, I don't think he's one of the 250 elite comedy assassins.
Nope.
I mean, he thinks he is.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he thinks he's the lead super soldier.
Of the 250 elite comedy assassins.
Oh, yeah.
Comedy.
He's the general.
Assassin. I don't know who these 250 people are, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Now, I hate to say it, but David Rust is right about one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy is not ready for stand-up.
True.
Her first night on stage, she rambled aimlessly, forgot all of her jokes and punchlines.
Mm-hmm.
And when she left the stage, the crowd howled with relief.
Thank God. Thank you, Jesus.
But when she went backstage, she thought she killed it.
Oh.
Cindy said, I am one of the elite 250 comedy assassins, motherfucker.
Yes.
What? Did you see it? I slayed.
Exactly. I'm coming for that number one position.
Comedy assassin. So stupid. I think that's why I like saying it, because it's so dumb.
I know. Assassin's open mic.
And it's only 250. No more, no less.
Thank you, Elephant Graveyard, for all this joy.
Right? Watch Elephant Graveyard.
God, it's so good.
They're so funny.
It is the best critique of modern comedy that I've seen in a while.
When some of the more experienced comics tried to explain to Cindy that she couldn't just go out on stage, talk real fast, go fuck, shit, puss, dick, and leave.
Yeah, that era would not come until now.
Yeah,
where you could just be offensive.
Yeah, you need to do something with it. What did Eddie Murphy say? You can't just go out and do an all-swear show.
Yeah, there's got to be jokes. There's got to be punchlines.
She needed to sit down, write material, create a routine.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy responded by wearing a low-cut dress to the next open mic.
I've heard your critiques and thought, fuck it.
Titties.
Fuck.
Titties
fuck.
are my routine.
Yes.
Titties.
Look at my titties.
She bombed 2 or 3 more times.
Wow.
And she asked if the issue was that she wasn't pretty enough.
Oh, God.
Or she wasn't or sexy enough to make people laugh.
Oh, my God.
The club owner kind of thought part of the problem was that she was a little too hot.
Okay.
He told her straight up, actually, I wish you were uglier. He was like, because people need to relate to you. They need to be drawn into you.
Yeah.
And sometimes, when you're a hot woman, they're drawn to you for the exact wrong reason that a comic needs them to be. I submit Eliza Salinger, Angela Jones, some more, and a bunch of other women prove you can be a sexy female comic.
Yeah, but you gotta be funny.
Right, you do have to have all of the other skills.
Yeah.
But being hot is not always, at least for female comics.
Yeah.
Male comics, it could be a little different.
That's true. Yeah. For women, like, you can't win. You can be gorgeous and still just not win.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get, pretty privilege is real. You get a lot from it.
Yeah.
But honest to God, you cannot win for losing.
True. I'm just saying, I just rattled off like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
But there are more female comics that are considered beautiful, sexy, extremely attractive.
Yeah.
And they are killing the comedy game.
That's so true.
Right? So it's not...
Can be done.
Yeah. It's not that, Cindy, you're just not funny.
Yeah.
The owners decided in the end it was best to ease Cindy out of the lineup.
Wow.
While Cindy is trying her hand at stand-up, David is pissed off and he's depressed.
Oh, man.
He's pissed off that he put so much work into making Cindy hot only for her to reject him like all the others.
Yeah, this has to really sting for David.
And without her puppy-like adoration, he's got no self-worth, no self-esteem.
He has nothing.
However, no one stopped David from picking up Cindy at the comedy club after she had bombed at like 2 a.m. Oh, he's mad, but he'll answer her at 2 a.m. So now he's taking her back and forth to the comedy club now. Even though he has to get up at like 5 a.m.
God.
But during their late night drives back to Cindy's place, she told David she would always be his friend.
Friend zoned.
And while David did appreciate that, he was worried that the dudes at the comedy club were taking advantage of Cindy. One night when it was time for David to drive Cindy home, she was talking to another comic and was taking her time leaving. Mildly frustrated because he's being made to wait.
Yes.
David comes up and is like, hey, Cindy, it's time to go. And she hit him with, can't you see we're talking?
Ooh. My chauffeur is getting uppity.
And that embarrassed him.
Yeah. That is embarrassing. I think anyone would be.
Yeah, and you know he does not take embarrassment well. Not at all.
No.
So now he's yelling at Cindy that he had been waiting long enough and it's time to fucking go. This devolved into them fighting.
Ooh.
And David said that he was tired of waiting on Cindy every night like she's fucking Carol Burnett. And Cindy called David an oppressive son of a bitch.
Oh my God. Oppressive.
And told him to piss off.
That's too funny.
Hey, he taught her that.
Ah.
Remember when they were working at the security thing?
Oh, that's right.
He taught her, piss off, take a hike, go ring out your chicken.
Yes.
Go ring out your chicken makes me laugh so hard.
I know. So...
Just the mental image, chickens, and you're trying to ring it out. I think of actual chickens.
Yeah.
It's like a robot chicken skit in my head.
Yeah.
Go ring out your chicken. So as they argued, Cindy ran away from David. She just takes off running down the street. David gets in his car. He gives chase.
God.
But he loses Cindy because she knocks on knocks on the door of some random house. The lights are on, a party's going on inside, so she just knocks, "Help! Help!
Oh, God.
Help!" And he's like, "Fuck." He doesn't know these people, he doesn't know this house.
Yeah.
He can hear the music, he can hear a party. That's it. So he goes to get Cindy. But before he goes into the house, he puts his gun in his back pocket.
Oh, God.
He wants people to see that he's back.
Cowboy.
David goes in the house, he sees all the party goers. Maybe like 8-10 people. Nice little house party. He knew some of, when he got in the house, he knew a few people. And when he stepped inside, Cindy was hiding in a corner, trying to hide.
God.
David tried to defuse the situation by telling the party goers that, "Hey, we're just arguing. I've not touched her. Cindy, can we please leave? We've disturbed these people enough."
Yes.
He's trying to be polite, but he's probably coming off a lot more aggressive
Yeah.
than polite.
And pissy.
But he thinks that he's diffusing.
Yeah.
I'm
sure he does.
All he's doing is making people think something's wrong.
Yeah.
He's not. Yeah, but he thinks he's diffusing.
Yeah, this is not normal.
David barely got his command out for Cindy to leave. Before some blonde girl got into his face and said, "She's not going anywhere with you."
Yay, a girl's girl.
David tried to calm the blonde woman down. But she insisted, "Cindy is not going anywhere with you." And then she grabbed Cindy by the wrist and like, "Get behind me. Get behind me." David is now pissed. He goes around the blonde, he's grabbing Cindy, he's grabbing her arm. "Let's go, let's go." As David grabs Cindy, the blonde is trying to stop him. But in the process, she rips the shirt in front of his shirt, like a button in a shirt pocket.
Yeah.
Got ripped in their little scuffle. David's mad because now she's ruined his shirt. "You bitch."
That's my shirt.
So he decided to get her back. He went up to the blonde, he grabbed the front of her dress and ripped it down to the waist,
Oh, God.
exposing
What an
her
ass.
bra and her
Yeah.
panties. Wait, protect women.
Yeah.
Protect women.
Unless they humiliate
And
me.
pedestal them until you basically rip their clothes off because they made you angry.
Yeah.
Right.
Protect women, but shake them when they won't sign the check.
Yeah, protect them.
Yeah.
They're fragile. The blonde recovered quickly. She ain't scared.
Yeah.
She can get a new dress.
True.
So she ran. She was going to claw David's eyes out. Yeah!
I like her.
David poked her in the eye.
Oh my God.
Three Stooges style.
Right? Oh my God. Oh God, this does seem like a Coen Brothers movie.
So now that the blonde girl's like screaming because she's been poked in the eyes,
Yeah.
he grabs Cindy, shoves her in the car, and of course this is all Cindy's fault.
Yeah, it kind of is.
He could have left.
He could have.
Nobody's fuck it. If she would rather have her conversation and you're tired of waiting, go home. Let her find a different way home. Easy.
Yes.
I mean, she may have started it, he didn't have to finish it.
No. Most of the 99% of the blame lies with him.
Yes. And then eventually, David, let her go. They get in the car, he takes her home, and Cindy says, "You know what? I need space." And David said, "I'll give you all the space you want because I ain't never talking to your crazy ass ever again."
Leave it at that.
It should have. The next night at the comedy club, Cindy wasn't on stage, but she was in the audience. Steve is on this time.
Yeah.
And Cindy just gets hammered and starts heckling him.
Oh God.
She heckles him for not fucking her
Oh.
on their handful of dates.
Oh God.
He won't fuck me. hey, you guys, I went out with Steve. He won't fuck me. Why won't you fuck me, Steve? Huh?
Crabs. Herpes. I won't fuck you because of... I can think of many reasons.
No, he just knows that she's nuts.
That's true.
And he is not gonna engage, trauma bond, swap fluids, nothing with this crazy heifer. He's just not. Fuck that. Eventually, Cindy's cries of, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, Steve,
Lord,
during his whole routine.
Wow.
Got so bad that Cindy got herself banned from the club.
Yay, club!
Oh, they had to carry her out. Oh, she's fighty.
Yes.
She tried to claw the owner's eyes out when they were... It took 3 men. 3 grown-ass men.
To manhandle all that nuts.
Of her kicking and screaming, he won't fuck me! They're fucking me! Let me go! Fuck!
Wow. I bet it was like, man, before cell phones.
I'm sure it was nuts.
Right? Back when they used to drink gasoline.
Right? So, the same night that she's getting banned from the comedy club, a bartender named Casper, who is a friend of Steve, saw Cindy being thrown out on her ear and offered her a ride before the cops came. Somebody's getting arrested if you keep coming on.
Yes.
I can either give you a ride or you can take your chances.
Yeah.
So he takes Cindy home, or goes to take her home, and she's like, she needs a drink. She does not need a drink.
Man.
So Casper took her to the bar where he worked. And over drinks, Cindy whined Casper that the comedy club's full of assholes who wouldn't let her perform and were only interested in her body. You want to touch my body? She got plastered that night. So plastered that she couldn't tell Casper where she lived.
Oh my God. Wow.
So he took her home and put her on his couch.
Jesus. Ooh, don't do that, folks.
It's the 80s. People did a lot of weird shit.
They did. They hitchhiked. The gasoline was leaded.
You know, and they are known to each other of sorts, right? He's a friend of Steve. He goes to that comedy club. He's seen her, don't know her, but he knows her at least by sight.
Yeah.
Right? The next morning, Cindy accused Casper of taking advantage of her. You took advantage of me.
Oh my God.
Then she demanded a ride home. Really?
Wow.
You took advantage of me, but take me home.
Take me home tonight.
I don't want to let you go till you see the light. So Casper took her home because she remembers where she lives now because she's sober. On the ride to her house, Cindy keeps slipping into her weird Italian accent.
What? This is new.
She does this sometimes. She's got this character she calls Gabriella.
Already in my head, she sounds like Rosanna Dana.
Yeah, and so she's like, I'm gonna use Gabriella is my alter ego for my comedy. Do you like me, baby? Do you like a Gabriella?
Do you want my macaroni?
Yeah, it's that.
Yes.
It's a lot of that.
Ooh. She is not giving up on this comedy dream.
Gabriella.
Good God.
Casper takes the weirdness in stride. He kind of likes her. She's hot in a stinky, dirty toes kind of way.
Still, men are very dumb. Or confident.
He takes her home. She lets him into her gross apartment. The place is covered in cat piss, cat shit, dog shit,
Yep.
fast food wrappers, moldy food, half-drank beer, cigarette butts,
God.
used pads, used tampons, and God only knows what else.
Yeah. Vermin. Yeah.
Filthy.
Yeah.
Because she wants to show Casper some of her art.
Mm.
You want to see my etchings? No.
Absolutely
A
not.
resounding no.
No, ma'am.
2 nights later, Casper took Cindy out to dinner.
Casper gets what he deserves at this point. Are you that pussy hungry?
He's thinking she just had a weird night. She got way too drunk.
Mm-hmm. But that apartment says it's not just one night.
It should. But
I know.
But he found it hard to relax around Cindy. In spite
survival instinct, despite his dumbass dick.
No, despite her reassurances that their love would last forever.
Oh, God.
And that she would give her own life to protect him.
Oh, my God.
He's like, I have known you for 48 hours, ma'am. I ain't even know your first name until like 2 days ago.
Oh, Lord.
After dinner, they headed back to the bar where Casper works.
Mm-hmm.
At the bar, Cindy chugged drinks, danced with other women's partners.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
Then she tells Casper that she wants him to take her to the Hyatt so that she can wash his feet with her hair in the fountain, just like Mary Magdalene.
Oh, my God, in the fountain.
Then she wanted to go to the zoo and swim with the seals, and she swore that she had been allowed to do this as a child. I wish that the seals drowned it.
Right?
No, the seals would be like, no.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
A few days after that date, Cindy did call Casper to apologize and asked him out again. This time she told him about her shitty childhood over wine.
Oh my God.
But Casper isn't David. And even if only half of the horrible things Cindy told him about her childhood were true, he had seen enough and was no longer interested.
Oh, good for you. Good for you. Listen to those voices in your head.
After being dumped by Casper, Cindy just started stalking him and showing up at his bar.
Oh, no.
Once she got there, she would demand drinks, introduce herself as Casper's girlfriend.
Oh, no.
And when Casper ignored her, she would flirt loudly with other men and demand drinks from them. It got so bad, Casper quit his job.
Wow. Dang.
I will find a new place of employment.
Yeah.
There are other bars.
That's so true.
Houston is a big town.
That is fucked up.
She drove a man to leave his livelihood.
I know, right? That's insane.
You know how crazy you gotta be to get a man to quit a job?
Yeah. Persistent nuttiness.
Oh, how you feel about Cindy now that she's kind of sort of on her own?
Good luck, Cindy.
But we're gonna let her be crazy.
Yes.
Casper's done with her.
Yes.
Steve, the comedian, is done with her. The rest of the comedy club is done with her.
Yeah.
Let them be done with her.
Exactly.
Let her wreak havoc in other ways.
And she will.
Oh, she definitely does. And now we're gonna spend some time with David.
Oh, do we have to?
He's going his own way.
You can go your own way.
Go your own way. That was a lot just to get to that joke.
Right.
So now, with Cindy gone for good-ish, at this point, she's gone for good, David is woefully depressed.
Okay. Yeah.
Of all of the women that David had loved and lost, of which there are many.
Yes.
Some up close, some from afar.
Yeah. More than a few from afar.
Cindy was the one that had needed him the most.
True.
And even she didn't stick around. This bitch is practically a mental invalid, and she left.
Yeah.
I think that's what's really fucking with him. She
right?
is the least capable person he has ever met.
Yeah.
And even she left.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. She was practically his child.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And she left.
Yeah.
I was gonna call her his fuck baby, but that sounds
Ew,
weird.
God, yeah.
I don't know what you call that when you're sleeping with the person you're trying to turn into a functioning adult.
It doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen. No. No, it doesn't happen.
Not amongst normal people.
No.
Not enough to get a name.
And David just knew that Cindy was squandering the newfound figure, wardrobe, confidence that he had given her.
Well, yes.
She's squandering it. Yes, Talia, squandered. David was so depressed he wasn't even interested in street fights anymore.
Oh my God.
What good is it harassing people on the street for slights that are mostly in my imagination if Cindy's not here to hug me?
Oh God. Well, good for the streets.
I mean, he did shoot at a car that was just looking for an address,
I
probably.
know. Lunatic.
He did get a chunk taken out of his ear with an ice scraper because he got into a fight with a gas station attendant that he bumped.
I know. The fragility of his sanity.
Yeah.
It just boggles the mind. Is this nature? Is this nurture? Does it matter?
Nurture. This is all Cecilia's fault.
Okay, yeah.
From the minute that boy slithered out of her sniz, this is all Cecilia's fault.
Yes.
Telling him about her traumas from the minute he popped out the womb. She devastated him. They're broken up, but Cindy still called David to chat most nights.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Of course, she lied about what had gotten her banned from the comedy club.
Of course.
And what got her banned from Casper's bar. That's right, Casper quit his job to avoid her, but they banned her anyway. They're like, yeah, no.
I don't blame them. Like, why should they suffer?
Nobody should have to deal with this.
Right?
She drove a man out of a job. He was like, there are other dives.
Man.
I could be someplace else and sling beers.
Yeah. It's like, guys, that's why you gotta be a little more interested in the lady's personality.
Yes.
Like it's her being very pretty and attractive, bonus. Check that personality first.
Yeah, just because she's willing to sit her coochie on your forehead doesn't mean.
Yeah. Find out if she's a nut.
Yeah, and not just like to bust, but like an actual nut job.
Yeah.
But Cindy told David he'd been right all along. The comedy guys were just horn dogs. No, you sat out there like, he won't fuck me. Fuck me, Steve.
Poor Steve.
One call led to another and another. And it's within a few weeks, Cindy and David are hanging out just as friends. The 1981 holiday season is coming to a close. And Cecilia's wondering why Cindy hadn't called.
Oh.
She misses her little buddy.
Oh my God.
Cindy's just a hyperactive version of herself after all. A few days before Christmas, Cindy came by to tell Cecilia that her and David had broken up. But that wasn't why she came around. Oh, Cecilia's devastated. She wants Cindy to marry her son.
Oh my God. Well, I mean...
She gonna put it on and make him wanna marry me. Gonna put it on and make him wanna marry me. Like,
Yeah.
she really is like Cindy's the one.
Well, I mean, if she sees Cindy as a mini me, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
You're good enough for my boy. You remind me of myself.
But see, here's the thing. Cindy said that she had been so depressed lately because more than anything, she wanted to be a singer.
Oh, okay.
Now, by all intents and purposes, Cindy does have a lovely singing voice.
Mm-hmm.
It's described as pure, clear, and clean.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me you're a great backup singer.
Yeah, yeah.
Great voice with no personality to it,
Yeah.
but it's very good. To me, that's backup singer territory.
Yeah, yeah.
No shade in being a backup singer, but your voice
True.
is missing the type of personality that it takes
I know.
to be a star.
Yeah, which I saw a thing recently. A guy was doing a review of Ben Shapiro's love for musical theater, and it opens with him singing a couple of lines from Les Mis.
Oh, dear God.
And dude has a capable voice, but he is totally dead behind the eyes. Like his sister has, like, she can sing opera, but it's just totally like there's no life in it.
Right, but they don't have the personality, the joie de vivre to be standout performers.
Exactly, there is only technical ability. It's just...
And that's where Cindy's voice is.
Yes.
It's good. Would
Yeah.
never say she can't carry a tune, but there's...
Yeah, she'll get in the choir, she won't get the solo.
Right, there's no Gladys Knight in there.
Mm-mm.
There's no Beyonce. There's no... Even Katy Perry, who think is mid as a singer,
Mm-hmm.
has a personality to her.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
you do have some personality.
There's some there.
Right, other than just, I can hit the notes.
Yeah.
But she knew that she would never make it as a singer. She wants to be like a Barbra Streisand.
Oh dear.
Streisand.
Belting out the standards.
Girl. So one day, in a fit of desperation and frustration, Cindy stuck one of her long red fingernails down her throat and just started clawing at her insides.
Oh, God.
In the process, she scratched her vocal cords, which in turn got infected, and she had to have an operation on her vocal cords, and that's why she hadn't been coming around.
Oh my God. That is such a weird lie.
I was just going to sit here and let you mull that over.
Yeah, no. I'm never going to buy that.
Yeah, so that's why she hasn't come around.
That is so weird. That is such a weird lie.
It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Cecilia makes her promise never do anything like that again, child.
Right? I'm like, is that even physically possible?
Girl, I can't call it.
That is so weird. That is some deep throating that I'm... Wow.
And no gag reflex, girl. None. But that wasn't what bothered Cindy that day.
Mm-hmm.
No. That day, Cindy was worried about spending the holidays with her family.
Mm-hmm. Of her cruel and abusive family.
Oh, because she knew her parents would just ignore her.
Mm-hmm.
And her sisters are just going to gang up on her and be mean.
Yeah.
Oh, but what if there is something that she could do to impress them?
Okay.
So Cecilia decides that the Campbell family needed to see an image of Cindy as an adult, not the crazy child that they have loathed what to do with.
Yeah. Just about given up on.
Like, let them see you as a fully functioning person.
Mm-hmm.
Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Cecilia's going to help Cindy make a Christmas turkey.
Okay. This is the most sane thing I've heard of Cindy doing so far.
We're going to make this turkey.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be moist and delicious.
Yes.
It will impress your family. And then your father's going to stop fucking you and everybody else will stop beating on you. I don't know. Turkey.
Okay.
And they made the turkey, girl. It was turkey boot camp. Make sure the bird is ice cold before you put the butter on the skin. Get the butter underneath the skin.
Yeah.
Don't forget to put the rosemary. Tie it off at the end. Girl, they went through like 8 turkeys.
Wow. Wow. Jesus.
to help Cindy perfect the technique of a beautiful, moist, delicious turkey.
Dang. Cecilia's committed.
This is all part of her broader plan. So they get the turkey. Turkey number 8 is the one.
Yeah.
They've been at this. They go at this for weeks.
Yeah. I would think so. That many turkeys?
Yeah.
Because, like, one turkey, that's like a whole day affair.
But they were at this for weeks. Finally, Christmas Day comes. Cindy goes to her family home. She has got the turkey. You let the Campbell family tell it was the most moist, delicious, beautiful turkey they've ever had in their entire life.
I mean, with that much practice and lead up, I would hope so. I would hope it's a great turkey.
The next day, Cindy would report to Cecilia that the family had hated the bird.
Oh, God, she's so vile. But imagine what a surprise it was for the Campbells.
They were shocked.
Right? Like, you're, like, just north of disabled daughter shows up with, like, a very tasty turkey that she made. Like, first of all, she's contributing.
Her father said that it was... I forget the exact quote. This is one of those long, drawn-out scenes, and I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
But he said, her father had said, the best turkey he had ever had came from one specific place in Austin. Now he's had the best turkey he's ever had, and he's nowhere near Austin. So she had surpassed his best turkey ever.
Wow. That is impressive.
But when she went back to report,
Yeah.
everybody thought it was trash.
Of course.
With Cindy out of his life, David tried to move on. One of the women that he dated was a girl that he had known from a school named Tina. Remember, he's still at that weird spot where it's kind of age appropriate for you to be on a college campus, but not because you're not
alarming
enrolled.
yet. Yeah.
It's weird.
Like, campus security thinks you're just one of the kids. Like, it's not alarming yet.
Yeah, and he knows enough people that it's like, all right. So according to Tina, dating David started out protective but friendly. Like, David would warn Tina against guys that he saw as bad news. But it didn't take long for Tina to get tired of David. David would get upset if she waved to a male friend.
Oh, God.
And we're not like, hey, baby.
No, just...
Hey, white chocolate, how you doing? It wasn't that. It was like, oh, my God, Bob. Hi.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that? Why are you waving at him? Mad dogging.
Yeah.
Strangers. Whatever. Once, a guy at a bar asked Tina where the bathroom was, and David threatened to bust the guy's face after accusing the dude of having no manners.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, the line between protective and possessive is...
non-existent.
Basically.
1 second, David would be making polite conversation and introduction to one of his friends. Hey, Tina, this is Wiki. Wiki, this is Tina. And the next second, talking about, we need to blow Gaddafi away.
Oh, God.
Goddamn sand niggers.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, he's that guy.
Oh, God, that's right.
He's that guy. David talked about guns and war constantly.
Man.
Tina said David saw himself as the ultimate SS officer.
Ew.
The kind of guy that spoke 4 languages, collects art, and protects all of the Fräulein in the village.
God. Steals art.
But that's how he sees himself. Yeah. Gentleman warrior.
Ew.
Shit.
Yeah.
Is how he sees himself.
Oh my God. I bet he reads like Ronin.
Yes.
That magazine. Or what is it?
Soldier of Fortune.
Soldier of Fortune. Yes.
He reads that too. Yes, he does.
Oh God. What an asshole. If you read those, you're an asshole.
If Tina would said, and that you couldn't win with David. She said that if she would have slept with him, David would have thought of her as a whore.
Yeah.
And it would have ended.
Yeah.
Because she was too easy. But if she didn't sleep with him, and the more she pushed him away, the more he came around. He wanted sex, but he didn't touch her in like a hot way. It's more like pawing at her.
Yeah.
In a fumbling, clumsy, almost childlike way.
Mm.
After a few dates, Tina realized that David is not interesting. Yes, he'd traveled. He'd been overseas. But he wasn't well traveled.
Yeah.
He didn't have any curiosity about the world, people, or places that he visited.
Yeah.
He had no real interest in humanity, how people lived. He talked about seeing mangled bodies after a train wreck in Morocco like it was a soccer match. Just like, no.
Yeah.
There's no there.
Yeah.
Even though he's had all these wild experiences, he's so hollow that those wild experiences aren't interesting.
Wow. Yeah.
Because if somebody told me that when I was in the military I saw a train wreck in Morocco, I want to know what happened.
Yeah.
But the way he tells the story is so much like a soccer match.
Yeah.
It's not interesting.
Just
Even
back and forth, back and forth.
He talked about a time when he was in North Carolina and he went to a black man's funeral where the man's mistress tried to jump into the open grave.
Okay. What?
David described what would basically be a dramatic and traumatic scene.
Yeah.
Like a SNL skit.
Weird.
Yeah. There's no there.
Yeah.
He sees wild shit. He does interesting things. Allegedly.
Yeah.
But he is so uninteresting.
Mm-hmm.
The interesting things don't matter.
That is a void of personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said David didn't approve of the brothers, but he doesn't like white people much either. He has no empathy for anyone whatsoever.
That scans.
Then he started coming by her place without calling. When she asked him to call first, he ignored her and just kept swinging by unannounced.
Oh, that's freaky.
Then David decided that Tina couldn't function without him.
Oh, God.
If she opened her own car door, he looked like she had just tried to claw his eyes out.
Okay.
Like she'd insulted him.
Yeah.
Wounded him to the core.
Oh, my God.
By opening her own car door. He's supposed to do that.
Yeah.
In the end, Tina got out of there after a handful of dates. She had no interest in being the kind of damsel in distress that David seems to need.
Yeah. Good for her.
6-7 dates, she's out.
Damn.
I think she stuck around for those 6-7 dates because she's trying to figure it out. What is this weird combination of incel, racism, hate everybody, traveled the world but never learned anything from your experiences? What is this?
Yeah.
What's happening?
And I doubt she had the vocabulary for what was going on.
No, but that's what I mean. She stuck around for those.
Like, is there any normal here?
Yeah.
Like, is there any point he's just is genuine and has an interest in something or somebody? No, it's just this insecurity and possessiveness and tall tales.
And racism and misogyny and all of the isms.
Yeah.
Like, she really did say that she didn't stick around long. But she stuck around as long as she did because she's like, what is this?
Yeah, fair.
What is happening? How can you be interesting but uninteresting all at the same time?
Right?
How can you tell colorful stories in black and white?
Yeah.
But after a while, you know what? She ain't that curious.
Right.
And that's why she left him alone.
Yeah. You're freaking me out, man.
None of the women that David had dated held a candle to Cindy. Let David tell it. Tina had shown promise, but her independence made her act like a sleazy bitch.
Good for her. Yay, sleazy bitches. Sleazy bitches unite.
Like, if opening my car door and not letting you take over my life and put me in some sort of weird machismo cocoon.
Yeah.
Makes me a sleazy bitch. Sleaze on, sleazette.
Yeah.
Sleaze on, sleazette. I'm the sleaziest bitch to ever sleep. No doubt. I'm gonna get down, good lord. Lady just sleazing all over town. Won't play around, won't mess around. Got gang by the pound. Like, yeah. I'm a sleaze all fucking day.
Yeah.
If it means I don't have
That's
to deal with the day.
Yes. Thank you so much.
I've never felt so good about being a sleazy bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool with that.
That's awesome.
None of the women that David went out with cared about what a gentleman he was, about courtliness, or old-fashioned romance, you know, from the 1650s.
Yeah.
David was spending more and more time at the bar, where he preached to anyone who would listen that violence was only for assholes and psychos.
Mm-hmm.
All while hoping that somebody would pick a fight.
Yeah.
Violence
is for assholes and psychos, and I am a psychotic asshole.
Right, because he's doing it. Please fight me.
I know, right?
Please.
Begging. Just begging.
Please
start something. Please, somebody start something.
Right? Now, one of these drunken nights, David would meet a guy named Wiki.
Yeah?
Yes, Wiki is a former airborne ranger, and he ran with this skater art collective known as the Urban Animals.
Well, interesting.
Wiki can be interesting. David is not.
Yeah.
Wiki is David's most interesting friend.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is equal parts burnout.
Yeah.
Like he is. All these soldiers of fortune, men of action. The pair got acquainted when they beat up a couple of Brits at a bar.
Oh.
The British guys were saying that the American military was full of pussies. And David and this Wiki guy are like, say it to my face, and the British guys did. Bar fight ensues.
Okay. They should not have done that.
And this is how they become friends.
Oh, God.
They bonded over their love of street fights.
Yeah.
War history, guns, and hard drinking.
Good God. What an insufferable combination.
These are like the worst people at the bar.
Yeah.
It all took the edge off of missing Cindy, though. Meanwhile, while David's just off with his little buddy.
Yeah.
Getting hammered. Oh, and they jargon each other constantly. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
They don't go to the bathroom. They hit the head.
Oh, God. Yeah. They're back in the barracks. Yeah.
They don't go around the corner. They're at your six. They don't whatever
military jargon.
Yeah, whatever kind of military war jargon you can put
law enforcement
onto mundane activities, they'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know some people that say hit the head, but they're not annoying like this.
Yeah.
Because it's the only thing, like, a friend of mine, when she wants to go to the bathroom, she's like, hey, I gotta hit the head. You wanna come? Her dad was a military law enforcement guy.
Yeah.
She comes by it much more honestly.
True. But with other people, it's just like cosplay.
With these two,
yeah, affirmative and negative.
Meanwhile, Cindy's trying to get her life together.
Mm-hmm.
She told her friend Gwen that she was making some money by placing ads in the newspaper for nude portraits and painting the older men that responded.
Okay.
Bait and switch.
Yeah.
She puts it out there like she's going to be the one posing nude, and then they get there and she's like, no, you're nude.
And I'm going to, okay.
I'm going to paint you. She sleeps with some of them, but that's how she's making her money.
Okay.
When a friend of Gwen's husband visited, Cindy put on her little girl voice to ask the man for a ride home.
Yeah.
Later that night, Cindy would call Gwen and tell her that the man bought her a silk blouse, and he was the worst lover she had ever had. She said his dick looked like a deformed carrot.
Dang, that is mean.
She's very mean. In all aspects of life.
Yes.
A few weeks later, Cindy hooked up with another one of Gwen's friends for a week.
Oh.
But when the man had to return to his wife and children...
Ooh.
Yeah, he's a friend of Gwen's husband. He's some sort of traveling salesman. He had to go to Austin for a week. Cindy wanted to go. So they fucked for a week. He drops her back off in Houston, goes back to his wife and children. This was just a week-long fling for him. Right?
Yeah.
But Cindy's pissed. She called the man at home so often she got a cease and desist letter from the phone company.
Dang.
She's crazy.
Yeah. That is some Fatal Attraction shit.
I didn't even know the phone company would send a cease and desist.
I know. It's like, we are sick of it.
To ease her mind, Cindy made a voodoo doll of the man's daughter.
Oh my god. If she'd made a voodoo doll of him, that would be funny. But of his daughter, that's just sick.
Well, it's the children's fault, apparently.
Your father won't fuck me.
Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me.
Oh my god.
God.
Like
what?
that thing in Evil Dead.
Yes.
Yeah, or no, Army of Darkness.
Yes. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. That's what she sounds like in my head. She also told Gwen that her 90-year-old grandma, 90, this woman is 90,
Yes.
lived across the hall from her
Oh, yeah.
in this rental property. Basically, her parents bought this building to give grandma a place to live semi-independently. She's 90, she's got her health problems, but she doesn't want to go into care.
Yeah.
But if they can put her in an apartment that they own, then they're constantly able to keep tabs on her.
Yeah.
Deposit Cindy somewhere, and sure, maybe make a few grand a month for the 2 units that they rent for a profit.
Exactly.
Or the 2 units that they collect rent from cover the property taxes for this place. But it's mostly to give Grandma and Cindy a place to stay.
Yes.
Cindy said that she would see the old woman out on her balcony with her breasts exposed, trying to seduce the men that Cindy brought home with her. Nanny Helen is a freak.
Her lies are so weird.
Nanny Helen is out here trying to fuck all the men that Cindy brings home.
Yeah, a poor old woman.
Nanny Helen is out here on the balcony pressing her saggy old lady chi-chis up against the glass.
It's such a weird lie.
Nanny Helen is hell.
So Cindy gets it from, you know.
You know what? I almost wish she was. I almost wish Nanny Helen was doing weird shit to drive Cindy to distraction.
Yeah.
But I know she isn't.
No, there's no way.
Especially not trying to seduce the men.
I know, right? She just wants to be left alone. She's 90. Leave her alone.
She got 1 or 2 friends still alive.
Yeah.
She wants to kick it with them.
Yeah.
Hang out with your sisters and your parents and her great-grandsons.
Yeah.
Keep it pushing.
Exactly. She wants to watch her stories on TV.
She'll trundle down to the Piggly Wiggly and get some tuna fish, but that's about it.
Yeah.
That's what she wants from life.
Yeah, she does not want your men.
By the spring of 1982, David was doing his own thing and hadn't thought about Cindy for months.
Okay.
Because he's drunk and street fighting all the time.
I know, right?
But that never stopped him from answering her calls when she needed his help to get a couple of homeless guys that she had met on the street out of her place. She just invited these 2 random homeless dudes to live in her apartment.
Oh, man. That is so crazy.
And then they started squatting.
Well, of course.
And they wouldn't leave.
Yeah.
But Cindy's so crazy that even the homeless were like, nah, I'm good.
I want to go back to eating out of a garbage can.
No, David came by when the homeless guys weren't there. He put their stuff out on the curb. They came back to the place. Their stuff was outside and they just left.
Yeah.
I submit that's because she's that crazy.
Yeah, they're like, okay.
Cut my losses.
Yeah.
That bridge is still there. That bridge ain't going nowhere. Shelter ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. The next day, Cecilia came over to clean Cindy's place, only to see that Cindy had gained weight and and she contracted scurvy.
Wow.
She'd been eating nothing but fast food for months.
Well, that'll do it. Oh my god.
She has fucking scurvy. Like a pirate.
Right?
From the 1700s.
I'm not surprised.
She told Cecilia, my teeth hurt.
Oh my god.
And sometimes it feels like my eyes are bleeding. And Cecilia's like, child, you got scurvy. Scurvy.
Yeah.
She gave her a couple of oranges. She was fine. Jeannie, everybody's starting to get worried.
Starting.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
People are starting to worry.
Which people and about what? Because there's so
Cindy's
much to
older
worry
sister,
about.
Betty,
Mm-hmm.
who is the oldest of everyone,
Yeah.
is worried about their mom.
Mm.
Betty is living in Austin at this point, but she calls home weekly.
Mm-hmm.
She is a zoologist
Oh, cool.
of sorts. Yeah.
That is really cool. That's like a dream job when you're like in grade school.
She lives in Austin. She's married. She has a child or two.
Mm-hmm.
And she is a zoologist.
That is awesome. Good for you, Betty.
Like, awesome. Let's not talk about your crazy little sister
Yeah.
and talk about how you get to pet awesome animals
I know.
all day.
Yes.
Yes, you also have to clean up their poops, but let's talk about the petting.
I mean, there's a difference between a zookeeper and a zoologist. I feel like the zoologist gets to do the really fun shit.
Also clean up poop.
Probably.
I feel like nobody gets away from cleaning poop. In that, like, if zoo is in your line of work, no one is ever spared from cleaning poops.
Probably. I don't know how the pecking order... Now I'm going to find out.
But
I don't know how the
everybody
pecking order
gets
of zoos
to pet
goes.
awesome animals.
Yes.
And that's what
Yeah.
I'm worried about. And so Betty had noticed that over the last few weeks, her mother had sounded upset
Oh.
during their calls. Betty was considered the strongest and most headstrong of the Campbell girls. And with their mom sounding upset and not talking about what's wrong, she put her scientist mind to work
Mm-hmm.
and decided to sort out what could be going on at home.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mystery. If you're a zoologist, you're into mysteries.
True.
Why is this in their poop?
Yeah.
Because I feel that being a zoologist is a lot of looking at the poops.
Probably. Yeah, probably. I mean, just to keep up with their health.
Yeah, there's a lot of poop involved in her work.
Actually, I'm probably going to cut this out as an aside. Like in Europe, I don't know about the rest of Europe, but I know in Germany they have toilets where like your poop will fall on a shelf. Like it's
Ew.
not just a bowl, but it is for the express purpose of like you can check on yourself.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just release it into the rest of the water.
And then you flush and it whooshes off and down.
Oh, that's crazy.
And if you have not been healthy and been eating too much greasy stuff, there's a toilet brush for you.
Wow.
But yeah, poop will tell you everything about your health, almost.
You know, the last week or two, I've been down with a little bit of tummy trouble. I got a seafood allergy.
That's true.
I accidentally got some seafood in me. And I was a little dehydrated. And it made me think about the piss guy.
From the crystal cavern of conspiracy.
Made me think about the piss guy.
I think about the piss guy much more than I should.
Right?
Because he's kind of a conundrum and a mystery of what is your angle?
Right?
I know, I'm like, are you a cult leader or are you just like a weird guy who just is into this?
Actually, I still follow a fetish gone way too far.
Yes, probably.
And as I looked at my dehydrated pee-pee,
yes. Yeah.
all I could think was, what would the pee guy say to me right now? Would
so
he be upset that I'm dehydrated?
He wouldn't be thrilled for you.
Would he say that your problem is you need to go vegan? Would he give you electrolyte? Like, I just started thinking about how disappointed he would be in you.
I know, and judgy.
That's what I thought.
But in like a constructive way.
Right, like he wouldn't have been a dick about it. He would have like legit been concerned about my health. And he would have figured out how to get my piss to a healthy color.
I know, he'd be like, we need to clean your piss before you can drink it.
Right, he would have been worried about getting my piss to a healthy state so that I could drink it and rub it all over myself.
Demonetization.
But I digress. Betty suspected that whatever was going on with her mom has something to do with Cindy. Because everything that upsets the family has something to do
with the main
Cindy.
Vector of chaos.
Eventually, Betty was able to sniff out the issue.
Mm-hmm.
Their father had laid down the law and had all but disowned Cindy.
Mm.
James had told Virginia that he loved Cindy dearly, but she had become a parasite.
Mm. Ooh, good choice of word. Turkey be damned.
And while he did shoulder his share of the blame for how Cindy became the way that she is, probably should have got her into therapy a long time ago.
She strikes me as resistant. I mean, there's some people you cannot help.
Both things are true. If there was ever a time where Cindy would have been receptive to therapy, it was when she was very young and her parents glossed over that opportunity.
Mm.
So he is taking responsibility for not thinking about putting her in therapy until it was way too late and overindulging her whims instead of getting her other types of help. He is accepting his share of the blame for this.
Yeah.
That being said, he was no longer willing to overindulge her in the same way that she had become accustomed.
Mm-hmm.
And now that she's no longer on speaking terms with their dad, Mother Virginia is the only person available to feed Cindy's consistent need for money and attention.
Jeez. Oh, poor lady.
When Jamie was home visiting from Knoxville, she told Betty that their mother instructed her to stay away from Cindy and David.
Mm.
Because they're out to ruin you, Jamie. They're out to ruin you.
Oh.
Virginia does not elaborate.
Wow.
But she is adamant that Cindy and David are somehow out to ruin Jamie.
That's disturbing.
And Jamie's like, what are you talking about? Nothing. Just stay away.
Jesus.
Jamie tells this to Betty and Michelle. Betty and Michelle ask their mother, nothing. Just stay away.
Okay.
It's cryptic as fuck.
Yeah. Like, stay away from the house altogether, or just stay away
Stay away from Cindy and David specifically.
Mm-hmm.
When Betty asked their mom about the remark, Virginia was like, it just slipped out.
Okay. Weird.
And then her next statement was like, the house could fall down and kill us all. Cindy wouldn't care.
Oh my God. Probably. She's right.
Which has got Betty, Michelle, and Jamie like, dude, what is wrong?
Yeah, that's terrifying.
But that's all Virginia will tell them.
Wow.
Stay away from Cindy and David.
Mm-hmm.
Cindy doesn't care if we live or die. Never mind. How was your day?
Oh my god. It's like, I don't know. It's like, are you trying to be strong for your kids? And I believe her. I believe her when she says it slipped out. Something awful is happening.
Yeah. At one point, Virginia did tell Betty that she was afraid of Cindy, but refused to give her the details because she didn't want to badmouth one daughter to another.
Or she probably regretted saying that and did not want her to get involved.
I think both things can be true.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, the Virginia senses something in the ether.
Oh, poor lady.
And she is terrified. And she doesn't want her other daughters to be involved in whatever the horror is.
Yeah.
So by spring of 1982, Betty was pleased that her mom seemed to be striking a healthier balance with Cindy. I think you're right about the frog in the pot scenario.
Yeah.
That all of them, all of the sisters and the parents, have been in this boiling pot for so long that it's almost impossible for them to realize how fucked it is.
Yeah.
Until they move out.
Yeah.
And when their parents are like, no, don't come home.
Oh, I know, right?
Don't do this, don't do that.
Yeah.
And now that they're out of the house, they're starting to see the crazy.
Yeah.
But they're also so used to it that they're just like, huh.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyway. Virginia still gave Cindy money for food, but ignored most of her demands for shopping trips and other luxuries. By now, Virginia was receiving complaints from the other two tenants in their building about the way Cindy lived. And I mean Kotex on the floor, cat shit, dog piss everywhere.
Yeah.
That's
gross.
It's getting so bad that it's not confined to Cindy's unit. The hallway smells of her rot.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And the two paying tenants, remember, this is an investment property to give an elderly woman some independence.
Yeah.
And stash their one wayward daughter somewhere.
Yeah.
The two people that pay are just covering property tax.
Yeah.
And those two paying people are complaining.
Yeah. Because they are paying.
As is Nana.
Yeah.
Nana don't want to live across from that shit either.
Poor Nana.
And she's holding firm. Virginia is holding firm. She told Cindy, clean up or there will be consequences. She hasn't laid out what those consequences may be, the most obvious of which is eviction.
Yep.
But she's trying to hold firm. Clean up or it's going to go down. Yet, at this point, Virginia's excited. Because her and James are getting ready to go on a trip to the Alps.
Ooh.
They didn't say French or Swiss or Italian.
It doesn't matter.
They're going to the Alps.
Yes.
And they're going to celebrate. Because a lump in Virginia's breast is benign and cancer-free.
Yay, that is good to know.
So we're going to celebrate with a trip to the Alps.
Yay, carpe diem.
And nobody asked any questions. And right before the trip, and just as he cut Cindy off, James Campbell purchased a new gun.
Oh.
He's going to leave that. Nobody partially because they knew better. Yeah. James Campbell is a man that knows his own mind, does his own thing. He is known to be a little eccentric. So they're like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'd say there's a little bit of foreshadowing.
You're right?
When he buys the gun right as he's cutting off his crazy dog.
Yes. Yeah.
And yet, things seem to be getting better. But Betty is still worried. On separate occasions, both of her parents have reported nightmares where someone is trying to kill them.
Oh my god.
And that is where I will leave you.
Right on the precipice.
The continuing saga of Cindy Campbell Ray and David Two-Toned West. And on that note, I've been Samara.
And I've been Jeannie.
And this has been Talk Deadly to Me.
Comment, subscribe.
Don't forget.
Do all those things.
Feed the algo. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.